your goal is to just not get molested. Should
You know,
be
this reminds me of Neverland.
should be a very simple task for you, Kyle. You just don't.
I'm sure someone's made a fucking mod where you get chased by either a priest or Michael Jackson. I'm sure they have.
That would be quite useful. I'd say probably Michael Jackson mod exists. I haven't seen it, but I would be surprised if it wasn't.
Get your tee.
Hang on.
Continue.
You can go and continue.
Good, because last time you shits because I moved.
Oh, Samaj, you got a new icon. Hello.
Oh, no, that summary. That's a great transcript for a pedophile. Wait. Oh my god, they haven't just put... Oh, fuck. What are the controls again?
I'm here to keep...
I was not expecting them to just place me here. I was expecting them to for this.
Do you... Well, I mean, Kyle, just go ahead and get captured once, you know? It's just a little fun in the bum. Come on now.
You're all about that, aren't you?
Oh, that's adorable.
It's all over now. Doors locked.
That's not Leon, lol. It's not Leon.
Fuck, it's such a shame you wouldn't even know who this is because you're not Australian. It's like fucking...
I know you're in here.
It looks like Hughes. It looks like Hugh, who used to have a show called Hughes Cooking. He used to be on all the fucking time.
You're just over here.
It would be a big fat old bloke who used to cook shit.
Do you guys have those in Australia?
Fat old people? Yeah.
No, I mean like cooking shows and shit.
Yeah.
I just thought that was more of an American, like British thing.
Oh, and an American British thing.
Yeah, what does that have to do with Australia? Those are completely separate.
God damn it.
Come on, you got this. You know, he's breathing really hard, like, in general. I feel like maybe he probably a bit too much on the pounds there. Yeah, so I finally...
Why?
You hid in the corner, right where he could see you. That's a 1? Is that a 1 or a 2? Do we count that as 1 or do we count that as 2, guys?
These are not deaths, they do not count.
Trap counter 4. You know what? Actually, my brother told me I could do this. Let me try and set this up real quickly. Let me see.
Try and set up.
Hang on. Okay. Alright, guys, we now have an official trap counter right there on the screen.
Yeah, you like traps.
Oh, that's funny. Let's see how high the number can go.
I know you're in here. The longer it takes me to find you, the worse it's gonna be.
We will now be keeping track of his trap counter. So the font's a little whack, but I think it works. There we go. Oh, Arial font? You know what? Kyle deserves better than Arial. Where's Times New Roman at?
I was gonna say, what?
There you go, Kyle. I have given you Times New Roman. What?
No! No! Fuck.
So, are we on 5? Alright, that was fast.
I do not know where to go from there.
Alright, He's at 5 now, fellas. It's okay, Kyle. It's okay. I will be honest. This section's a lot harder than like it should have been. I think I ended up looking up a walkthrough for it. I think at some point. I don't remember if it was me or Alberto who did it.
It's all over now. Doors locked.
At any rate, State of Play happened today.
The longer it takes me
And the only thing that was announced that was worth anything was JoJo's getting a fighting game update. I hope it's cross fucking platform. Otherwise, I'll have to figure out how to get a PlayStation to fight Kyle.
I mean, your brothers?
I mean, yeah, but he like still using it pretty consistently.
We won't be using it consistently when they get up to 5.
I did come into quite a bit of money recently, thankfully, thanks to some college refunds. But I'm currently right now buying a custom T-shirt to see how they turn out. Just one. Resident Evil 2 Remake, but I'm in constant fear.
Ooh, let's see if this works. If he sees me under here, this motherfucker has the eyes of a hawk.
I want to point out you burned his eyes actually at this point, so he is seeing you with burned eyes. Kyle, you can very well buy PS5 for Zim, right, Kyle?
last fucking chance.
Yeah, right. Let me get through all my builds that have just come in one big bit. Oh my god, yes!
Oh, fuck. It burns.
Okay, Kyle, when he goes to wash his face, you gotta get the keys from him.
Shit.
So you gotta go get the keys right there on the door. Like, don't like wait for him. Just go for it. And also, try not to be too loud. I will help you out a little bit. Prince versus Dante. Prince of Persia versus DMC. I'm just gonna give that to Dante.
I thought you just meant the singer.
Kyle, hurry. Kyle.
Fuck is my key? I see you.
Oh no, he's big, he's fat, he's coming.
Alright, Kyle only made it to 5. Good shit. Good shit. Kyle actually figured it out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Dante beats that.
No. No. Okay. No, it's Johnny!
Get over here, you little bitch.
Fuck, he's fast for a fat man. Fuck, when he's angry, he's got a pep in his step.
Game is over. Now you're in trouble.
Let me go!
Can someone tell me how Burn got inside Chief's room? That is a good question, actually. I guess during all the commotion, he just like broke in, presumably. Because he did show up for his daughter. Like, Birkin does show up to save his daughter here.
Good to see you again, Claire. We've got unfinished business.
What are you talking about?
Don't waste my fucking time. Bring me the pendant, or Sherry dies.
What do you need it for?
Do you want the girl to die?
Fine. Where are you?
The orphanage.
The orphanage. orphanage. Where is that?
In the neighborhood, you'll find it.
Is Sherry all right? I swear, you bastard, if you hurt her.
How about equal stats? I'm pretty sure Dante still beats that. Equal stats do not help out Dante's opponents for the most part.
Damn it.
And
What is
that-
this for the Prince of Persia?
Yeah.
Oh, the Prince is losing that hard. Like, the only thing that, like... The Prince is hacks, but that's only when he goes up against people who are around his level and aren't as hacks as Dante. Like, Dante pretty much smurfs anyone he goes up against who's around his level.
And that's how they do things in G forms. Can only reproduce in the Alabama way. Yeah, what the fuck? Burke with the power of plot teleportation. Alright, time to change chapter counter. Death counter? You're absolutely right. Let's fix that. I might put a death counter for the Elden Ring streams as well later on.
Hmm.
There we go. You guys want a different color for it?
I feel as though I need to get to the floor.
Yeah, let's do it like that. That looks nice. You do? Oh, that looks clean. Try to change chapter counter. At any rate, yeah, no. So Dante and like, should we reset the death counter to 0 then, since he hasn't technically died yet? Let's reset that to 0. There we go. That's cleaner. All right, Kyle. It's very simple. Just go downstairs and don't die.
Downstairs?
Downstairs.
Good, I was gonna go upstairs. You just saved the stream like 40 minutes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has to go downstairs. Dante stop Ryu Nagame. Would you agree with that? Who the fuck is Ryu Nagayama? I have no clue who the fuck that is. So canonically, this is technically impossible because Leon would have already gotten the keys, and there'd be no way for Jill to get a hold of, or Claire to get a hold of him.
I don't need to be down here. You lied to me.
You need to go to the main hall, but I guess did you just say yeah, you lied to me? In fairness, I was being more general about it, so I guess that is on me. I mean, Hayabusa. That depends. Hayabusa's actually got a pretty competent, like, actual list of powers and abilities. Especially if it's equalized. At that case, then, like, it depends on, like, if Ryu can survive the corruption, which I'm pretty sure he can, and then we just have to get through Dante. I think Dante wins due to his healing factor, but I don't think it's as, like, simple or easy as, like, the Prince or even characters like Kratos. See, because, Ryu has abilities.
You're just gonna be that person, are you?
I am. Apparently, that's the person I am. Might as well stick with it.
Oh, hang on.
DMC corruption is conceptual and shenanigans hard to resist. When I refer to corruption, I'm referring to what it does to you biologically. As far as we know, when demons get close to humans, they don't, like, conceptually morph them. They just turn them into demons. Kyle's fall again. Base. I mean, like, yeah, I guess technically it's a conceptual level. I know, like, if Mangler showed up, he'd be like, yeah, they do it on a conceptual level, but it's like, yeah, we have to give a few concessions here and there. And also, technically, conceptual might not matter against Ninja Gaiden, since technically Ryu scales to the god of his own verse, who created all the concepts of his own his own verse. Ironically enough, Ryu might be the only solid matchup of like hack and slash against Dante that doesn't get completely fucking murked. That
Oh,
may
where's
be.
your hat? Where's your hat?
Oh, he's mad. Maybe Bayonetta 2. 9D conceptual hacks.
You know what? He's chasing you, just go for a brisk jog.
I will say the running animation's always silly. Kyle, that guy will start running. Who do you think
What?
is... He will start running if you're not careful. You start running right now, boy.
He's not gonna run at me. He's a walker.
He should start running to you. He ran towards me. Maybe it's a higher difficulty thing.
Yeah, because you're a bitch.
Shit. Looks like it's the other way.
Oh, that's funny. Hey, Kyle, fine. Bitch, have fun going through him. You went the wrong way.
Oh no!
Yeah, oh no. Well,
Oh!
bitch!
Waves! It's so dark, where do I go?
Honestly, I can't see either. The screen's too dark on my end, too. Go the other way! Go the other way! Go to the other side! Anyways, who do you think is the worst character in Street Fighter in terms of character, backstory, and impact on story? Don't care too much for Street Fighter, but if I had to say who the worst character was...
That helps. Stop chasing me!
Probably... Worst character?
Are you getting him confused with Nemesis?
No, he's supposed to be able to run. I could have sworn he ran. Although Nemesis does... No. Nemesis will jump at you. Nemesis will jump. Guys, I'm not crazy, right? Mr. X does run if you get too far away from him. Like... Or do you have to hit off his hat for him to do that?
Looks like the only way forward.
Okay, so Kyle, turn around real quickly. Look at the street. Oh. No. I meant look at like the actual thing in the back. I don't think he's chasing you anymore. So all this is a section that you actually would have had to play through in the actual original game. Like you don't just go through one area and that's it like this. You'd have to go through each individual section. Yeah, I was gonna say I think Dan actually has some decent characterization in the story. Honestly, probably Rose. I think Rose is kind of stupid. So for those of you who don't know, Rose is like M. Bison's humanity, I guess, or the goodness in his heart. I guess he lost it when he got into Psycho Power.
Oh my god. And Bison versus Virgil, let's go.
How many? So this area was fun in the original game. No, not Dan. He actually has his backstory. So you're gonna play the stranger?
Isn't Dan's entire backstory? His father dies. He tries to get better to get revenge, but he's always like, he's such a shit student.
I mean, you say that, but he's able to use Ryu Hayabusa's... I mean, not Ryu. He is able to use Ryu's actual fighting style, and he does have the Satsui no Hado, technically. I mean, he's shit, yeah, but if he's shit, he's, like, still better than your average... So, the thing about Dan is that Dan is shit, but he's still, stronger than your average human by far. I don't think the Stranger Paradise demo is on Xbox or anything, is it? I don't think it's on PC. Hang on. Unfortunately, I do not have a PlayStation.
It's gotta be the orphanage.
Let me see. I like how I type in Final Fantasy and they're like, you mean Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel?
Hang on, Sherry.
Where the hell is it? That is hentai? No, is that there?
I
Alright.
want the pendant.
Okay, hang on.
Alien!
Oh my god.
Did you just say alien?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's not even on PC to fucking get a hold of.
What? There's a typewriter in here? What the fuck's that? Why would they hide it?
Hang on, guys. Okay, I need to stop.
Brutal. Apparently, the dogs ate the orphan children.
Yikes.
That's what I call a kid's meal.
You're terrible. Yeah, it's not even on Steam to get a hold of. So, Kyle, there's a samurai metal band called Guys. Check them out.
Sherry!
Oh, I guess they're Geezy. I'm not sure. Abigail from the DMC movie Love for Malphus. No. That's a sign.
Lucky bitch, I was gonna shoot her.
Kyle, she's a child.
What the fuck? Oh no!
Sign.
Everyone for themselves.
Wow. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, so for some fucking reason, Square Enix just fucking loves PlayStation. Kyle left Sherry behind. What a good father. I guess he's got the deep end. Dude was already running before Mr. X started chasing him. Then there's also Julie and Junie, who are just nothing characters. How's Birkin able to sneak up on him? Birkin probably wasn't expecting a giant ass fucking BOW to kick his ass.
You have to get up. He's going to get us. Wake up! Wake up!
Claire just gave him that good old Redfield right hook.
Wake up. Wake up. Open your eyes. Hold still. Not infected.
No. Main character.
Hello, I'm the main character. We clearly haven't met before.
Where's Sherry? Sherry's fine.
Do you know Sherry?
Impressive display of strength.
Is she really just doing a fucking Abigail? Is she really just doing an Agnes and just being like, that's incredible, look at the strength of it?
Yeah.
I'm Claire.
Didn't foresee this.
Excuse me. Where is she? Hello?
What? Oh, Annette. Tell me, what happened to William?
I don't know. Who's that?
The creature responsible for this.
You have to find Sherry. Can you help me find Sherry?
Seems to be evolving much faster than
Character swap Snake versus RE series.
Where are you going?
Snake with Snake wins easily.
I don't have time to play 20 questions.
What one?
Everything's
Snake going to RE universe.
Sherry. My daughter is not your concern.
Sherry's her daughter?
Sam Fisher in the Assassin's Creed universe can't get the apple. Oh, Sam Fisher requires a lot of tech though to do most of the shit he does. I don't think he could actually make it through Assassin's Creed. Old Snake? What?
Depends.
We're not giving him a gun.
Oh. Then I reckon he'd be able to take on, like, besides from, like, the strongest of the Assassins and the Templars, I think he should be able to do it.
Like, if you're throwing an Assassin's
Oh,
Creed...
yeah.
Good.
Oh, yeah. Did I tell you that I finished Assassin's Creed 3?
Oh, you finally beat it?
Yeah.
How's that?
Which the game stage was taken. Wait.
You want to beat that again, Kyle?
I wish, like, the game stayed with Hatham and not with Connor, because he was way better.
How did
Whenever he was on screen, it was always a joy.
How did you feel about his death?
Cheap.
You thought it was cheap?
Yep.
That's his son surpassing his father, Kyle.
I don't buy it.
I got him. But Sam Fisher's allowed his kit. I don't think you understand that, like, Sam Fisher's kit is finite in the Middle Ages. Like, even if we were to give him a gun and shit, like, let's give him.
So besides from the gun that he gets off that one level, which he basically keeps canonically, he's just going in with just your standard knife, like your standard combat knife, and like a silencer. Everything else he does is due to like stealth. Like canonically, he doesn't even kill people in his like any of the levels. That's so it's easier for you, but canonically he makes it in and out without making any like disturbances. Unless it's like part of the mission to kill someone.
If Sam can actually fucking play stealthy really well, I think he could kill most of them, but you can't get past Robert. Like, the final Templar is gonna fucking murder him.
I think what's gonna fuck him over.
We're talking about what if Sam Fisher was in Assassin's Creed like a just a small protag swap thing?
Which Assassin's Creed?
I guess we're starting with 1. Sam Fisher only gets his starting gear and that's it.
Well, hold up, he wouldn't even make it that far because he's completely out of place. No, like all of his skills would be perfect if you put in. Oh wait. So is he being dropped into like?
So imagine that Sam Fisher like walks through a wormhole and now he has to kill the 12 fucking Templars over there in Assassin's Creed 1 and shit.
Yeah, I don't see that happening because he's not. He's gonna. Okay, so unless we give him like a pair of clothing that fits in there, I don't. I mean, he could kill the 12 Templars probably pretty easily if he gets inside a building, because then he just has to shoot the lights out and they're never finding him.
The lights, Mangler, lights out. Mangler, we're talking about like the fucking Crusades era. They don't have fucking light bulbs.
Then he'll just wait till night. Sam Fisher's got all day. He'll wait as long as necessary.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The only one he probably wouldn't be able to kill is Robert, and maybe the head assassin. I think he kind of gets stopped at the end of the story.
Who's Robert again?
Robert's the final Templar you kill. The guy who's like the general of the Crusades and who fights you with like an army.
Because he's on the battlefield.
Yeah, and the old man. Yeah, well, he'll
hold up. Hold up, though. Could he lure him into a dark area?
I mean, so unless we're assuming Sam can beat all of the fucking Templars without wasting a single bullet, he's not beating Robert in hand-to-hand combat. Robert beat the shit out of Altair and other Master Assassins.
No, he's not going to beat any of them in combat. I'm just saying, like, generally speaking, Sam would never let it escalate to that point. He would just, again, if he can't get you in a dark place, he will just wait until nightfall. Or he will create a situation.
Well, I'm going to be honest. There are quite a few of them I don't think he'd be able to kill in general. Because, like, a lot of them are protected. And some of them can only be killed when they're out in the open. Hang on. Also, Snake Suit boosts his strength, so any debilitation. Guys, no. Snake in Resident Evil, Snake should win pretty easily.
You're talking about Snake from Metal Gear Solid?
I
mean, he's wildly superhuman.
Yeah, no.
He basically compares to Raiden from MGS4.
I was gonna say, you better not say Revengeance there, boy. You better not make that mistake.
Yeah, I remember. I too remember when Solid Snake lifted Metal Gear Excelsius and proceeded to have a fencing contest.
Even Old Snake?
Using its arm.
So Old Snake just gets tired faster. That doesn't mean he gets that much weaker. As an old man, he's still pretty strong.
I mean, you could just use unironically just use like Metal Gear Solid 2 Snake. It'd be more or less the same thing.
And then on top of that, he also has nanomachines. Guess what? Apparently, Jinx is gaining arcane feats as Death by Shio. What the fuck? Okay, so the actual. What?
I was gonna say so. Two's depends because. So I would say that you could probably argue Sam Fisher would be able to clear 2 because most of the antagonists he fights during the daytime, or he'd be able to engage with during the daytime. It just depends on like if his goal, like if he's just dropped into the verse and then I guess there's like a contact there waiting for him, I don't know, across space and time or some stupid shit, and it's like I need you to kill these like 10 men or whatever. It's like gotcha. He I believe like the final Templar that goes to the Vatican, there's actually an opportunity for you to kill him in Venezia before he leaves when you regroup with the rest of the assassins during nightfall. So he
So
should be able to take care of him.
okay, yeah.
'Cause
So
that's before he gets his hands on the apple.
yeah. Well, no, he gets the staff at first.
Yeah, I was gonna say he doesn't really have anything that.
Well, actually, no. Sam has the apple. So at the end of the story, you have the apple until you lose it in a time skip, and then you have to go beat up the Pope.
Yeah, but this is before the time. So like the last time, I think I'm pretty sure it's his name is it's Rodrigo or Roberto or something like
I think
that.
it's Roberto. Well, I don't know. Wait. Yeah.
You might have swapped them a little bit.
He is Roberto because the other one is Cesare.
So Roberto, he becomes the Pope, but before he does that, he is hiding out in Venice, and you confront him with the rest of the assassin leaders during nightfall, and you're able to sort of fend him off.
Character swap.
Let's keep in mind.
Good.
I was gonna say, keeping in mind like how much of a difference it makes just to be in Nightfall for like Sam Fisher. He's basically invisible for all intents and purposes.
That's fair. Character swap, Adachi and JoJo Part 4. So is he playing the role of Josuke, or is he gonna be the villain still?
Snake versus Sam Death Battle didn't do Snake justice. I was gonna say, doesn't Snake have like doesn't he have like thermal sight and like various other methods?
The villain of Fun Court. But Adachi's the hero.
Like,
Hang on, I'll be back.
all right, continue.
I'll definitely say like Sam Fisher, great character to be using in most stealth scenarios, assuming the characters don't have like advanced technology. And he has okay hand-to-hand combat, like your standard military grade, nothing like super special.
Somebody say
but he's not beating Snake. Like,
I mean, technically, if you count like their nods to each other, they're technically comparable in terms of ability, at least when it comes to stealth missions.
Well, stealth missions, that's fine, but the problem is Snake has way better equipment.
So, yeah, yes and no.
Yeah,
it depends on what Snake we're using, because like Snake in 2 had like no real equipment. Snake in 4 has some equipment, but that's more nanomachine based. And Snake in 1 is fully stocked by the U.S. military, so he'd be fine.
You're telling me Snake does not have access to like a thermal vision sight or like night vision?
He might, depending on the game. I don't think he does in 2, but he doesn't need it because he has infinite ammo canonically.
How would that allow him to spot someone in the dark?
By shooting and creating light with the puzzle flash.
So he's just like, we've just turned like the stealth man into an NPC with unlimited ammo.
Well, no, it's actually canon. He has infinite ammo in
No, I understand that. I'm just saying the infinite ammo is not really like that relevant.
Hey, if you don't have a flashlight, I think it's pretty fucking relevant to have infinite ammo.
Snake doesn't he still have to reload though?
Nope, it's infinite ammo.
Well, yeah, but there's a difference between
he even tells you. He says in the mission, "Hey, if you need ammo, just let me know and I'll give you some ammo." What? How much ammo do you have? I have infinite ammo, and then he points to his headband, and then they just keep walking.
Does he say that?
Wait, that's canonical?
Yeah, no. Canonically, he has infinite ammo.
Does he say he has bottomless clip though?
No, he just says. Well, no. So in the game, you don't have to reload when you have infinite ammo. It's just that he just gives Raiden clips because Raiden needs clips like a pleb.
Raiden ain't Snake though.
So canonically, his headband gives him infinite ammo, and canonically, the Peacemaker has infinite ammo.
Snake can run/swim 41 miles per hour. Huh. I didn't know that. I
Parent
was
of the
just
year.
gonna say that generally speaking, as long as he can spot Sam, he should be able to kill him pretty easily.
Sherry,
I would just be surprised if he didn't have the equipment to do so.
Hold on, Sherry.
That's what kind of catches me off guard, because
No, not this again. Fuck.
well, you can kill Solid Snake with like guns. It's just like
I mean, good luck.
I just don't. It's like a yes, but like not consistently. Like, I
mean-
don't expect you to be able to do it reliably.
Theoretically, he could just dodge bullets before they hit him, anyways.
I know, like we're not even talking about that.
Listen. Just all I'm saying is that, and you already pointed out, but the Snake and Sam Fisher that battle was full of shit. Sam would have never gone close to Snake with all the ridiculous shit Snake skills too. As for the death battle, it's coming out on the 28th, right? The Jinx versus fucking Harley Quinn. I'll probably finish the Jinx video next week and upload that. I'll finish watching Arcane for feats.
Like,
'Cause-
do you even have any investment with Jinx?
Anytime a League of Legends character pops up, technically I'm invested. Technically. Playing the game for 10 years, so whenever they show up, I just take a look at it. I don't particularly care for Jinx as much as I do for other characters, but she's not bad.
You know what the real matchup they should have done was? Hitman or Agent 47 with Sam Fisher, Solid Snake, and I feel like there's a fourth stealth guy that I'm missing.
There's a guy named Gabe.
From
I don't know. I just know there's a guy named Gabe according to Snake. Okay, so for
a stealth franchise.
yeah, no, Gabe. Yeah, no, he's from a franchise. I just don't know what franchise he's from.
Like,
They're saying Go 13.
Go 13.
Yeah, because so what happens is a fucking so Snake doesn't want to do his job, right? He's like, I don't want to do this mission. Can we get anybody else? What about Sam Fisher or Gabe? And they're like, no, Snake, this is your job.
That's really funny.
No, like,
so,
good.
so, did you like the proposal I made for the scaling yesterday?
I did. You should have been there yesterday when Neil was telling me how he didn't support Jonathan or even most Hamon user being Lightspeed. Should have been there.
Wow.
Because we were talking about Tanjiro versus Jotaro, and he thinks that Tanjiro wins.
Yeah, no.
Well, in any event, until I find a fourth one, I was gonna say that.
I just gave you Gabe.
I don't know who this Gabe is.
Fine, use fucking use modern day Assassin's Creed.
No,
Wow.
I was gonna say I would.
Oh, did I say
I
Jotaro?
think between Sam, they should have just done like a battle royale.
So, what do
between
you
Sam Fisher, Hitman,
mean?
46, and Solid Snake.
Hang on. Okay, hang on. So, Kyle, what are you saying?
What do you mean he doesn't believe in Lightspeed?
Well, no, he doesn't believe. He doesn't really support like Jonathan and them being Lightspeed. I don't think he cares to.
No.
All right, so while Kyle's there losing his mind, what does Tanjiro? What?
No, like we'll talk about like what I came to the conclusion of yesterday, and it pretty much like shoots him in the foot.
Do you want me to go through Demon Slayer so we can do a pseudo Tanjiro versus Jonathan matchup?
Here.
Tanjiro's multi-city block. Is Demon Form outside help for Tanjiro? Demon Form is not standard equipment for Tanjiro. You cannot reliably call it.
You don't want him to be in that form anyway, because Hamon's gonna fuck him up.
Technically, it might not, because according to the author, he beats the sun. So, his sister, spoilers for Demon Slayer, if you guys care, but we find out later on, his sister beats the sun. She doesn't get burned alive by the sun. I guess the way it works is because his bloodline can perform the sun breathing, I guess the sun doesn't affect them if they're demons. What? Did you just say cop out?
Don't we actually see it earlier in the series?
She gets stronger over the course of the series, to be fair. So maybe like she evolves more. Character swap. Adachi in part 4. Nobody knows he's the culprit. He's living as a detective. He's allowed to turtle in the TV world if he's discovered, but he can still be caught on his way to the TV. How far would Adachi make it in the part 4 as the villain?
I'm dying.
Okay, Mingler's a little ahead of the game, but okay. Despite the similarities between Persona and JoJo's, I don't think Adachi would be all that good in the JoJo universe because he can't use his persona outside the TV world. Or I guess outside of the collective unconsciousness or whatever.
The worst part is, just need somebody who knows it, like fucking Rohan to be like, you're acting really fishy.
Swap Adachi and L. Oh, so I saw a poll today where people were like, who's smarter, Light or Lelouch? And Light won 70 to 30.
What the fuck? Did they watch the same anime? Dude, they figure out where L is just like, hey, so I figured out where you were because you're an idiot in like the first episode. I mean, that's not exactly what he says, but
It is.
Light's an intelligent kid, but he doesn't deviate from his pattern at all.
Wasn't the thing that set him off? Wasn't the thing that set him off was the fact that like he wouldn't change his schedule and he would literally kill after school?
So what he did was that he was extremely methodical, but he didn't change up his pattern. So he thought, okay, so I'll use after I have this notebook which requires me to see a person's face and their name, I'll just simply watch the TV broadcasts and I'll write them in after school because I only have a certain amount of time to cram. I'm like, okay, so what you should be doing is writing it in like probably once every week on a random week at a random point of the day, either right before you go to bed or at some other point, and memorizing the name and then proceeding to write it. Like,
no.
Like he could have just thrown that off, or he could have had them die different deaths, mixing it up maybe every like 10th or 21st one, like enough to where there wouldn't have been a consistent pattern. I mean, someone probably would have been like, "Man, there's a lot of like."
That's not accurate
on.
That's not accurate among serial killers, though, right? They all have like consistent pattern.
They do have a consistent pattern. The point is that he's supposed to throw them off, and he kept killing the same. So he didn't go to any location or take a train to any specific location to get different broadcast relays. He kept killing the same ones within the same given area. And Elle was like, yeah, so those numbers were only being broadcasted in this specific area of Tokyo. Or I can't remember if he was in Japan or Korea. But basically, they were able to figure out and pinpoint exactly where he was. And they were also able to say, you're probably a student because you keep killing in the afternoon right after school hours. Consistently around the same time. And I'm like, yeah, you're a dipshit.
I actually
total dipshit. Like
I actually never read Death Note, at least not that much, so I would not know that, but apparently we had this conversation before. Also, hello, Triple. Good to see you again. So, Kyle, do you think personally that Jonathan is FTL?
Yes.
All right.
You can scale him back from part 3
Dio.
and on top of that you can like safely scale him to like peak Joseph and even old Joseph who have like faster than light peaks.
I just want to say that like basically
Like, it's pretty consistent.
Light had every single possible advantage, and he was also given an out to this situation by basically being offered the Shinigami eyes, and he chose not to accept them because he was a coward. Because he was like, yeah, I'm not going to lengthen my lifespan because I shorten my lifespan because I need to exist as long as I can to become God. And I'm like, okay, so he was more consumed with his own like persona, literally having a God complex. Whereas Lelouch is just like, yeah, I need to make the world a better place. I'm probably going to get hung up on the power that I have, but my end goal is still going to remain mostly the same. And I'm also going to have to hide from an empire that controls 1/3 of the world, whereas Light's over here struggling with just the world's greatest detective and like his small hand-picked police force, just taking a couple extra precautions. I don't know. I feel like there's a bit of difference in the intelligence quality of feats here.
Oh yeah, guys. I am planning to do a little Q&A stream at some point, probably next week or maybe this weekend, regarding the character swap. So if you guys want to save like character swap things or ideas, like we can talk about that more. Then that'll hopefully be a more focused
Hang
stream.
on, hang on.
Hmm.
These are not related to that character swap, so we can answer them here.
Very well. Sparta
Character
will.
swaps.
Oh, good.
Well, I was gonna say Sparta after Yamato portal jump. He enters on the Bayonetta verse. He's considered a demon and halted by angels by default. Sparta's also allowed to kill demons here. So wait, is he in Afeti? Is he invading like during the events of like when is he invading like one in the timeline during the events of like Bayo 1, Bayo 2? Also, are the main characters present in there?
Also,
Because
character.
it's like a character swap, so I'm assuming Bayonetta just got yeeted into some random verse.
Oh, she's currently stuck trying to figure out what she's doing to God of War. So,
Yeah, she's stuck in the lobby.
if Jonathan doesn't get FTL, I can safely say that Tanjiro wins via skill, experience, and precognition.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I guarantee you this. Unless they change it, they'll scale him directly to Dio, giving him also town level stuff. Because they got the eye lasers to like they got the eye stuff that Dio does to like megatons.
The verse at his peak.
I think that's. I think that's technically just like Bayo 2. Well, okay, so like the problem is well, okay. So it kind of depends. If you consider the 500-year time skip, technically you get all of the Lumen Sages and the Umbran Witches, all of the angels and all of the demons. But then like
Well, that was
Bayonetta is gone.
that was interesting.
Wait, what?
Oh no, Kyle just threw a fucking grenade and burned alive like his enemy. Why do you think Rose is the worst Street Fighter character? Because like she doesn't really do anything. Like she's just M. Bison's humanity and that's it. Like she doesn't really do anything like substantial. She's not even that unique of a concept.
Oh yes, oh yeah, demons don't hate him, but he can kill everyone. So I'm having a hard time with this one because like Sparta's not exactly a kill everyone on sight kind of guy. Like if we stuck him in there, we just had him like during the 500-year time skip, I feel like his reactions to the situation would be very mixed. Because depending on when we put him in there during the 500-year time skip, if it's after Rose and Balder, if it's like when Bayo is like 20 years old, and you know the attack on the Umbran Witches has begun, then Sparta might have a difficulty changing sides. Because he's going to be like, yeah, there are angels here, but like somebody's wiping out the Umbran Witches. He may or may not be able to see the plot that's going on right now.
Oh no!
He might have trouble deciding who he's
Oh,
going to.
look at oh, gross.
That's why it's tricky, because he wouldn't wholesale like kill her. It's different if you put like Mundus in there. Sparta's like gets pretty emotionally attached to helping the weak. But like in this situation, humans are persecuting the Umbran Witches. They're literally performing the witchcraft trials on them after their war with the Lumen Sages. So I don't know how he would react in that situation.
I'm just waiting for Joker versus Giorno. It's actually interesting to me when I look deeper into it.
There's also the problem that the angels are probably something that he's never seen before. He'll just be like, "Oh, you're probably just demons," and they'll be like, "No, we're angels." I'm like, "Okay, so demons that have self-actualized."
I'm just
And they're
gonna
like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
I'm just gonna be honest here. Fucking Giorno versus fucking Ren there is going part one. Dio's other feats pale in comparison to the cloud feat, making it something Jonathan can't physically scale to.
As true as that might be, it really wouldn't matter if the speed difference is so vast.
Well, I don't know, Kyle. Remember their Kenshiro versus Jotaro? Kenshiro versus Jotaro is just probably one of it will always be. I still gotta react to that guy's video actually, but Kenshiro versus Jotaro was probably the silliest one by far. I consider Rodon to be skeptical of Sparta's presence at first, which can be solved if Sparta's willing to talk first before wiping out clans. He doesn't care actually. Rodin like doesn't give a fuck about what happens to the Trinity. That's kind of made clear considering he doesn't get involved in any of the massive Trinity events.
I would consider Rodon to be skeptical of Sparta's presence, which can be solved if Sparta's willing to talk first before weapon. Well, Sparta's usually down to negotiate. I don't think he's ever been in a situation. So the problem here is that you're putting a DMC character in Bayonetta, where DMC aren't in the main timeline don't have knowledge of the existence of demons or other supernatural beings, whereas Bayonetta characters, especially for civilizations like Vigrid and various occult groups, are widely aware of the fact that angels and demons exist. So he might show up and they'll be like, yeah, you're a demon, and then like the angels they'll just so naturally we have descriptions in the game that confirm any person who prays or has like strong religious faith or ties to like forms of like just various like prayers and religious beliefs. Generally speaking, the angels in Paradiso and Bayonetta's Paradiso will come to your aid, and they will come to answer your prayers if you're strong in your faith. Which, if he showed up in Vigrid, that would probably happen. And then the angels would start making contact with them, would start fighting, and he would just start kicking their asses. And then Fortitude or Temperance would show up and be like, okay, so you're a demon, but you feel like auspiciously different from like any demon I have ever seen or sensed before. You're also incredibly powerful for no particular reason.
Hang on. That goo's supposed to poison you. No way. Zim, silliest death battle was Storm versus Korra, or Captain Marvel versus the real Captain Marvel, Shazam. I'm not saying what was the silliest. I'm saying what was the most poorly received. Eisen versus Madara was the one that was like probably the most contentious. Let's see right here. Kyle versus Simon is probably happening this season. I don't know who Kyle is. If that's Green Lantern, based off the Kyle Rayner name, then yeah, he's gonna stomp.
You guys going to play Bayonetta 3 when it's released? I will be. I'll also have a chapter card by that point. Rodon probably would be like the most like skeptical, because he's just like, okay, so I was an angel, but now I'm kind of a demon, and this guy feels like neither of those things. Interesting.
No, he probably just wouldn't care. He doesn't care about what happens to Trinity. Unless Sparta like goes directly to him, he probably wouldn't like make a big deal about it.
Dude, he'd probably be like, hey, so when you're out there, can you get me some of those halos? Because you seem to be racking up a body count. And Sparta would be like, halos. Like, yeah, so when you kill them, they basically drop these rings and they're really valuable, and I might be able to supply you some weapons.
So, if I recall correctly, Death Battle scales the Green Lantern ring to like 12th dimensional. And the White Lanterns... No, Kyle has to show up as a White Lantern. He's literally the White Lantern.
But why do they sell them to 12th dimensional?
There's a statement from Lex Luthor that they're like a hyperdimensional construct of energy, technically. So, I mean, it makes sense technically. The Green Lantern rings are meant to be like technically conceptual weapons, technically.
No, I'm fine with them being conceptual or higher dimensional, but I just hate it when people use language like hyperdimensional. If they put a number to it, that's fine. But like just that by itself means like nothing.
I think it's in reference. Well, Lex Luthor's the one who says it in reference to some big event, so I don't fucking know what's going on to give you the full context.
There's probably more context for it than what you're.
So technically, any White Lantern is stronger than a Green Lantern, even among Hal and like fucking Kyle. But the thing about that is, I think Hal Jordan by himself is stronger than most like lanterns in general. So the thing is White Lanterns are overall more powerful, but there are people who are individually stronger, if that makes sense. Like Sinestro on an individual level could fight the first Lantern ever, and the first Lantern could even beat a White Lantern in the fight, which is kind of weird.
Sparta, for no particular reason, grows way more powerful than a self who fought Moon, just because yes. Well, it's definitely not for any particular reason. We have evidence in the DMC games that when demons gain access to humanity, they get an extraordinary power boost. Like Lucia basically only had scaling to like the generals, and then she got a humanity boost, and she's beating Arius, who can summon demons that force DMC2 Dante to like BT. So, I mean, that's a pretty extraordinary level of power. And Sparta, by his admissions, technically would have been like was Mundus's right hand man. So he would have scaled 2, if not above, most of the generals. So him being like Demon King level, I guess his power growing stronger after the fact, I would argue, was just due to his desire. The fact that he got as strong as he did was probably just like a combination of his own wishes and what he felt his duty to be. Because again, demons that are intelligent can, like, the reason they can grow more powerful is because what they desire has more context and scope and depth to it if they can add like their brain to it. Because again, if Sparta were just a mindless demon, he would not have become as powerful as he did. But because he can understand certain concepts like human emotion, he can understand the fate of like every person's lives in the human world. He has more things that he feels like he has to fight for. So he feels more compelled to fight harder, which means his desire would be substantially stronger than any other demon. And thus the power that he gained would be different, or would be stronger as well.
G1 did the
You think
fight.
Rodon-
Oh, good.
Megler joking. Well, I know, but like you joke, but like VSB is unironically sitting there scratching their fucking brains trying to figure that information
I'm
out.
pretty sure the strongest Green Lantern is either Guy Gardner. I think it is Guy Gardner, right? Or if it's
Do you
not
think
Guy,
Rodon
it'd
could
be
hyped-
John Stewart.
Do you think Rodon could be hyped to fight Sparta? I feel like Rodon's mostly concerned with running his shop. See, I think he enjoys the prospect of a fight because he obviously finds it entertaining to watch Bayonetta beat the shit out of Angels. So it's not too far fetched, right? It's just like he probably would be in the same position that he'd be with Bayo, where he'd be like, yeah, so give me some of these rings, and then maybe I can challenge you. I think he'd be just as excited that he was to see Bayo fight. It would just be like more of a long-term thing, like, hey, yeah, bring me these rings because you're slaughtering angels faster than any Umbran witch ever has, and you're making my business like you're booming my business essentially. So Rodon, in any situation, would be very pleased to have Sparta there long term because Sparta, like you said, in this situation, the angels just identify him as a demon. So Sparta's going to be naturally at conflict with them. Also, Sparta has no loyalty to these demons in the Bayonetta-verse are not his demons. So he'll have no obligation to like keep them alive or seal them or anything. Strong, do you guys put the Bayonetta-verse at? I put it for its god tiers at like 2C. Sparta, you sure about that? Rodon, yeah. 1 second later. Well, I told you. Can you imagine? He's just like, yeah, you want to fight? Like, sure, but I need you to first get like a million, anywhere from 1 million to like 10 million Halo. And Sparta's gonna be like, what? Why? Like, just trust me. I need him.
Just go do it, okay?
Did I stutter?
Yeah, so for the god tiers, I'd say around low 2C. I do include Rodon the god tier since there's a statement from Platinum Games saying that he's technically the strongest character in Bayonetta. How powerful is Codename Kids Next Door verse? Not that powerful. They're probably around, like, their strongest guy, I think, was fucking, like, Grandfather. And I think he was calced to being continental. Mainly because, well, so it's because of the moon landing on him. Or not the moon, but the moon base falling on him. Because during the events of Operation Zero, the moon base falls on him, and he says it's over 60, 100 kajillion ton. Here, let me see if I can pull up the actual feat. Here we go. Never mind. Oh yeah, at least moon level. Oh wait, wow, did they upgrade the verse? Yeah? Okay, never mind. Father has a moon level feat. Wait, I actually call bullshit on this. Yeah, I actually call bullshit on the scaling a little bit. So first off, I don't think Grandfather is stronger than Father, personally. Like, Father was about to beat his ass when he got angry. You even see Grandfather get scared. It's just that he gets, like, depressed because his dad doesn't love him, so he abandons the fight. You know, he's relatable. Hang on. Okay, I'm still pretty pissy on the Madara versus Aizen fight. Even G1 lowballed Aizen, some out Madara at FTO and Aizen at Rel, and said that he would clones and would Susanoo could overwhelm him. Will it be your first villain swap video? I don't know. I don't know what villain would actually work going into it. If I had to guess, though, I'd probably be like a Bayonetta villain swap, maybe. Also, I'm not giving Sparta the ability to see every possible and impossible possibility because he would know the plot and stomp everyone, lol.
I mean, that's fine.
I mean, it's not like they use apparently their plot abilities anyways. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, Sparta kind of already technically does stomp most everybody. Like, I think I'm trying to remember. Is Aesir active at the time? What the fuck just happened? Is Aesir active at the time of
No.
No. Umbran Witch? He splits.
Aesir is split from the moment the eyes go to the Umbran Witches and Lumen Sages. So during the war, they would already have two separate eyes. Aesir is split. Aesir split like right away, actually, canonically.
I'm trying to remember. Was Loki always there in the timeline?
Yes.
Or is that like the part of it? Okay.
It's just that. So actually, no. I think Loki pops up whenever. So okay, at the end, Lopter was going to reappear at a different time point. I don't think they're omnipresent in time. I think they just show up at random points in time. Loki just showed up randomly at that point.
Well, I'm trying to remember if he's there causing a time loop.
Even though they gave him superior range and AoE. Has teleportation, has more mobility in aerial combat. I mean, well, Death Battle just have to stick to their guns and be like, no, this, like, Madara always beats Aizen.
Using a character that has versions of him that can't fly versus a character that has versions of him that can. Yeah. I never really understood the Naruto versus Bleach like battles because like we're clearly dealing with like a higher quality of fighting with Bleach.
Wow.
As you mentioned, they just kind of neg most of their bursts by just being generally faster and being able to fly.
Oh, that actually reminds me of something completely random. But apparently, it seems like One Piece is going to be retconning Luffy's Devil Fruit pretty soon.
What?
No.
So, during the fight between him and Kaido right now, when Kaido's getting his ass beat by Gear 4, he directly says, hang on a minute, you shouldn't be able to do Gear 4 the way you're doing it, doing 90-degree turns. Rubber physically that's impossible for rubber to do. How are you doing that? That's not rubber.
Oh boy. It's ultra rubber.
Well, no, so like Kyle, I think you need one more. I think you need one more piece.
Probably.
Where is the Ryu Hayabusa vs Strider Hero debug video? The same place where all my other videos go, in the hiatus chamber. Okay, more fair swap. Nero falls on Bay after giving hand to Virgil. It's a cartoon. What do you mean it's a cartoon?
I've died 5 times. Oh my god.
I don't know what you're referring to there. You mean like Codename Kids Next Door?
Wait, so was Nero just standing on top of the Clive and... Oh, wait, so... This is at the end of DMC5 when Dante and Virgil just, like, bitch slap Nero across the Clive, except instead of getting bitch slapped across the Clive, he gets bitch slapped to another universe.
No. Well, yeah, that one. No, Red Dusk, you don't understand. Up until this point, everyone thought, like, One Piece is very specific about their powers and abilities. If fucking he's saying that's not what rubber does, that means that someone else has already had. Well, keep in mind, someone's already eaten his fruit before. Like, Luffy's entire thing is he's rubber. He has all the properties of rubber. He's malleable. He's flexible. Rubber can't do 90-degree turns.
It's also not. It's also not even inaccurate to say that he would be the. Like, he wouldn't be the first rubber user, because when Ace died, like, after he died specifically, his fruit regrew.
No.
Regrew, and then someone got his hands on it.
So, it started to get a little weird a while back, because what happened is we found out that Shanks stole Luffy's Devil Fruit from a CP0 Marine ship. So, already there's something wrong there, because they were holding on to a Devil Fruit that doesn't seem that impressive. And now with the latest chapter, Kaido's intuition is kind of implying that it's probably going to be revealed that it's not a rubber fruit. It'll probably be like... Maybe it'll be like a self-actualization fruit at this point. I don't really know what else it could be.
Or a muscle fruit?
It could be a muscle fruit, actually, because... so the first time we see the rubber effects occur, Shanks is shaking Luffy up and down, and then Luffy just falls down. And then from that point forward, it's called rubber. So... If it's actually if his devil fruit is actually muscle control, that'd be fucking sick.
Well, it says it's the gum fruit.
That is true.
Like, did the name change, or was that a substitute name? Because the name hasn't changed. We wouldn't assume the ability.
No, it might not be the full name, because so you know how the One Piece was on an island called Raftel? Yeah. Well, that's actually wrong. The island's called Laugh-Tale. Like, we only got half the name of the island, or like an incomplete kanji for it.
Now I have to catch up when I get past Whole Cake Island.
So that would mean that it's entirely possible that Gum is short or incomplete for something else. Oh no!
Mega Gum.
Naruto vs. Bleach all started from the Shitty Watch Mojo picking a fight with us Bleach fans, making a video saying why Naruto is better than Bleach. I'm not gonna say anything. A year later, that battle releases Naruto vs. Ichigo. Father vs. Father. I don't watch Full Metal Alchemist. Characteristics of the swap. Nero's DT and all of his arms. Bayonetta is peak. Nero appears somewhere on the earth and is in character.
And that's a really different story, because, like... see, I don't know if the angels are really gonna sense anything from him, because he's, like, mostly human. Even yours, it was like, demon power does not course through your veins. Even though he literally had a devil breaker that was channeling his demonic energy. Urizen is sitting on the throne, and it's like, yeah, so you have no demonic power in your body. So it's entirely possible that the angels will not be able to identify him as human, or will not be able to identify him as, like, a hybrid. They'll just assume he's like an Umbran witch or something that has... Well, especially since he is the bringer, they'll just be like, dude, those are wicked weaves. We gotta take him down.
Main character. Have you guys seen the Rising of the Shield Hero? I saw a little bit of the first season. I kind of dropped it because these Isekais are kind of boring.
Well,
Read
we'll
the
probably
light.
end up-
What the fuck? Hello, Neil.
So,
Yeah, I wasn't too big of a fan of Rising of the Shield Hero. Like it's not bad. It just wasn't for me. The animation was good though.
Otter. That-
Oh,
Yeah, no, I'm just good at the Full Metal Alchemist.
excuse
fodder.
you. Is he moon level?
He's way higher than Moon. Even
When
like,
Father like sees the gate, he basically is able to do whatever the fuck he wants without equivalent exchange. He literally makes a small sun in his hand.
Fuck you guys!
He did that while he was. I forgot. He wasn't weakened, but he wasn't at his like full potential either when he did that too.
Fuck you guys! Talking all this shit. At any rate, fucking yeah, no. The only isekais I like watching are comedies for the most part, and even then, like, not too many of them either. Like, Konosuba, for example, is a really popular one, but it's good. Oh, good.
I'm just gonna personally say that Konosuba is just one of the best, if not the best isekai. It's up there.
It's good. I just could not sit down and watch a whole season of it, but it's got some funny. It's funny. Like it's got some really funny clips there and shit. I just couldn't watch a full episode of it. Did you read the Retsui Sekai from Baki? I have started. Dude, so funniest thing, not only did the Retsui Sekai happen, Fist of the North Star got Isekai too. Oh, Kyle, get them off you there. Oh, yeah, oh, wow, they are, oh, yeah, you are dying.
I'll just assume that when Nero arrives, like either him, the Umbran Witches, or the Lumen Sages are gonna try and convince him to join their side. Because they'll just see his powers and they'll be like, well, you're summoning demons or whatever. And then Paradisa will immediately identify him as an enemy, and then if Nero gets dragged into this, he'll probably fight to defend either the Umbrans or the Lumens, because he'll see that, like, the Angels are basically trying to slaughter them wholesale. And he'll be like, hey, that's not right.
That kind
Not,
of,
like, having any context for what's going on.
yeah.
I mean, he's right, but, like, he wouldn't need context to, like, jump into the situation. And then he would just start beating the shit out of the Angels. The Cardinal Virtues
Nice.
would show up. He'd beat the shit out of those, and then the situation would escalate to where, Paradiso is basically just losing army after army.
Okay, let's fix this real quickly. Did not expect to update this right away, but okay. There we go.
Keeping you on your toes.
I
Yeah.
was also going to say, we have direct statements from the Bazillion's description that demonic energy is very deadly to the residents of Paradiso. So, given that Nero's demonic energy is a lot more potent than anything you could see in Bayonetta, he's gonna be one-shotting everyone there, and his energy is literally gonna be the antithesis of like their life.
I see. All right, Kyle. Good luck once again. But yeah, so the only like isekai I'm kind of like actually like reading right now that I'm semi enjoying because of its like really weird premise is the one where the guy and his best friend go to a separate world, but the best friend gets turned into a girl. It's an amusing premise. Kyle, what the fuck are you doing? You get killed by the guy behind you anyways.
I hate this dragon.
Kyle's gonna be freaking killed from behind.
Also, I saw earlier people were talking about Simone versus Kyle Rayner. Simone's gonna win that just outright.
I was gonna say, you know what those fuckers are.
Does he get the ultimate? Does he get the ultimate spiral, or is that just something that comes with prep?
Well, I mean, that shouldn't be prep time or something like that, but
Is it standard equipment or is it like his final form?
or the equivalent to like a final form, if anything. But
I've never seen Gurren Lagann. I think I've seen that there's like a redhead chick in a bikini, and that's about it. I could be thinking of the wrong
dude,
series.
what are you doing? Watch Gurren Lagann. What the fuck?
Yeah.
are you doing?
You fuckers gave me like fucking like 20 fucking animes I need to watch, okay? I get it. I'm an uncultured swine, I guess. Fuck you guys.
The yellow one.
I believe in you, Kyle.
I don't.
Subaru versus Kazuma. I'm pretty sure Kazuma beats him, unless like the clips in the anime have led me astray.
Nah, I'm more of a Nissan person. Oh, come on. Does no one get that car joke?
No.
Oh,
Sorry, Kyle. I don't drive.
Between Kazuma, okay, so this is a bit weird because Kazuma's best stuff comes from the light novels, as you would probably expect. But I don't know when we judge him based off of his best stuff and the likes. I don't know. I'd still probably gonna give it to Kazuma though. If we're just talking about end of series, that is. But it's like a really close one though, surprisingly, because both of them have really good abilities and really good, pretty good, decently hacks too. Well, not decently, they're actually really, really good hacks. But
Isn't Subaru's only ability just dying over and over again?
no,
Then why does he die over and over again?
just watch
No!
the series.
Oh!
Did Kyle die again?
Work.
Alright. You all know that. Wow, he is holding you down from behind. He is telling you to bite that pillow. Kyle, could you stop dying so fast?
I don't have any healing items on me.
The life equation isn't standard, so Kyle can't use it. The life equation, you would just give him his White Lantern ring, and he'd probably like square up just fine. Also, Death Battle is really weird about their rules about standard equipment because like they fucking bend it all the fucking time. Like in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one with the Power Ranger versus Leonardo, I think, or which one's the blue one? Is blue one Leonardo?
Go yourself. You had no childhood.
Well, it's not that they had no childhood. I just wasn't, in the mood of watching fucking turtles fight with ninja gear.
You had no childhood.
Alright, once again, that is number 4. Can we just say that all of Kyle's deaths are essentially coming from this one section? Bubble Bubble versus Afro Samurai?
True.
Bobo was not 1A. Stop. Anyways, Bobo would win. That's like a mismatch. It's really a mismatch. And also, can Cosmo return to death? It's kind of basically a non-factor when literally Cosmo can just incapacitate him essentially. Like, sure, he can just keep. I mean, like, sure, he'll come back in the likes, but that's not going to change the fact that Cosmo just can incapacitate him in so many ways, though.
I think the idea of immortality or whatever to let you keep coming back as a win con is kind of silly because you have to like prove a character keeps getting stronger with each death. Because like, if I were to square up to Superman and I never get stronger, do you think I'm gonna beat Superman one day if I never get stronger from coming back?
Well, that depends because there's certain characters who can formulate different win conditions that they wouldn't have initially. Like, for example, a character who normally doesn't start off with reality warping that erases people from existence. After he dies, he'd probably know, yeah, that's probably the best decision to go through, and then he would do it. Like it has its win conditions and the likes, but if we're just talking about physical AP and the character has nothing that could really deal with that, then it's kind of basically a pointless condition at that point.
Yeah, fair enough. That's fair enough. Okay, so the life equation isn't standard, so Kyle can't use it. The life equation is Kyle's only way of winning against Simon from what Cyber said, but it isn't standard. I don't really know what to say on that one. As far as I know, Cyber does not really scale DC as much. I think he gets his information from other people, so there could be arguments for Kyle. I don't know DC either, so I can't really say. But I don't recall Cyber being a DC guy.
Well, actually, no, well, at least from my DMs with him, well, he actually does know a bit of comics himself, but,
All right.
what was I gonna say?
Yeah,
The life equation, I'm trying to remember where the fuck that even scales to, because that's inconsistent all around the map, but the biggest issue, and I know this isn't a matter for Death Battle, but if we're just talking about a general matchup, well, for one thing, Simon is, like, literally dimensions higher than Kyle Rayner could even perceive. So that's already an issue.
Gameplay in Stranger in Paradise is really fun. I assume it is. I mean, it looks like a fun game. I mean, the other people in the blog said the same. I mean, like, again, like, I'm not really much of a comic guy. I mean, again, I guess Neo knows, like, more about this directly. It's just that, like, so G1 already kind of, like, not exactly the most reliable source of information among here in general, but on top of that, it's like, comics as a whole are so weird to scale.
The term you're looking for is inconsistent.
No, inconsistent for sure, but then it's also like, oh yeah, here I have this one random feed from this one fucking spin-off comic no one ever fucking read. I saw this one fucking Facebook meme where it's like, I was debating this one guy on who would win, and he pulls out this one random scan from 1975 that Superman can do this, and I'm like, well shit, I really need to stop debating these people. Oh, Kyle, you were about to break my heart there. Anyways, yeah, no, so for some fucking reason, they actually made a Fisto North Star Isekai with Amoeba of all characters, so that's kind of funny.
Is that where that Lin one came from?
Yeah, that's not, that's like alternate dimension Lin who has magical fire powers.
That's funny.
So he's literally learning how to use magic just so he can go back and beat the Hokuto and Nanto fighters.
That's funny. I like that.
It does confirm he's a master of Hokuto and Nanto, though, technically. I don't know if I'll use it, like, as actual evidence, but...
I mean, that's actually pretty decent supporting.
Well, so, I mean, canonically in the story, he was able to use both Hokuto and Nanto. It's just that, like... He's just not good in comparison to the Hokuto and Nanto fighters, but he is technically able to use both of them. Protagonist swap Kyu, Kusanagi, and Ryu. Dude, I'd have to learn about one series I give zero fucks about, and then King of Fighters. No. But that wouldn't be a bad protagonist swap, all things considered, though. Not to mention the Super Tengen, Tulpa, Goren, Lagann. Is that a real fucking thing? Is he just making up words?
That's actually its name. Yes.
Okay. It's as big as a fucking universe to multiverse. Can just take one step and it's already millions of times FTL to immeasurable. Yep. That jump doesn't work the way you think it does, but okay. I don't know how I feel about giving FTL speed to beings who are just so fast that by virtue of moving you're technically FTL. I don't know how like that. I don't like that per se. Because like
Well,
oh god.
oh, sorry, go on.
No, we can go
No,
and finish
go
it.
on.
I was gonna say like because like if I became bigger than the galaxy randomly out of nowhere and I move, I'm not moving any faster to relative to myself. It's just that the area I cover is so vast by virtue of merely moving I am at these speeds.
Well, here's the thing about that. You kind of already answered the thing about that. Like, yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from. It shouldn't be like the same, but given just how big you are at that point, it kind of doesn't even, the same rules don't even apply anymore because your sheer size would already cover that much area. Like, I know it's a weird thing, but that kind of just actually how it would work, logistically speaking. But then again, logistically speaking, there wouldn't be someone who's bigger than the galaxy because they would collapse in on themselves. But you know,
I already do that every day, Neo.
I was gonna say what the measurement for what we compare even like light speed to is compared to a lot of our other measurements, including things like lightning and sound and whatnot. But even those things are measured by measurements of like feet over and miles over a period of time, which are scaled to a specific measurement.
No,
I
like
forgot he was here.
What would the foot size of a person who's the size of a galaxy be?
well, I'm not sure we have any measurements for that, but we did eventually get stuff like parsec, megaparsec, which is respectively four light years, I believe, is a parsec, and I forgot how much a megaparsec was.
Wait,
but yeah, basically we are going.
I think megaparsec's just a macro of parsec.
I was gonna say I didn't realize parsec was an actual measurement of like distance. I thought it was just like a sci-fi term no one like actually cared about.
No, what Star Wars did is it made it think it. Okay, so it mistaken as like being something relative to speed when it's not. It's actually a distance thing used to measure things that are like really, really far. Like you usually see the term parsec when you're dealing with stuff that is like intergalactic type deals.
I see. Speed is determined by how fast an object is moving across the distance. The size rarely matters. No. Like, yeah. Normally it wouldn't matter, but the problem is that we're talking about characters who are like astronomically massive, to where even slightly moving is going to get you in those ranges of speed because of your size. So that's where it's like, yeah, like, I mean, mathematically, technically, Mangler and Neo are right here, where it's like, yeah, like, it would still ultimately be what we would consider FTL. It's just that, like, it just feels kind of wrong.
It wouldn't feel FTL to the perception of the person that's doing it.
Yeah.
Because they would just be moving at their normal speed.
Right. But well, think of it this way. Look at how. Well, here's the thing. If you want a bit perspective, compare an ant's movement to our movement. We cover much ground based off of our size. Meanwhile, it takes them a lot longer to cover distance that we can casually do just off of our sheer size.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair.
Like that's probably like the best way I could actually like explain that. I don't think I can do it here.
And there are examples of insects such as flies that potentially move faster than us, but they cover much less ground.
Oh, is Kyle gonna hit? Kyle did not hit.
Oh, and also this kind of is related, but one misconception that people completely keep forgetting is that like light speed is the absolute maximum, but that's only within the universe itself. Outside of it, there's faster than light is totally possible. Like that's literally a proven thing. Yet that like that's the thing that people don't forget. Like light speed, or basically the speed of light, isn't like the absolute fastest thing possible. Just within our universe, it is in a vacuum.
It's just because
is,
like
again how the Big Bang is able to actually move faster than light.
It's because of kinetic energy and whatnot, right? Like what you're able to produce within a given area without destroying everything around you.
Yeah, because like if you.
Oh, go on.
Well, you're the scientist here technically, so you answer the question.
So, it's a... Oh boy, how do I explain this? Because this gets into this one... What is the concept? It has a specific name to it, but it's about... Decay? How do I don't know how to do it. I have to remember it, because it's a really stupid concept that I don't feel like explaining. But point is, yeah, no, faster than light is the fastest speed within our universe, but that's, again, just within our universe. It's not the absolute fastest speed possible, like, in reality that we exist in.
Is that just due to, like, the boundaries of how fast you could go within the context of the universe? So, like, the universe just, like, cannot withstand a speed faster than that?
Well, again, it comes in, again, as I mentioned, there's a reason for that, and I can't remember, it relates to something about, what was it? Damn. No, because now it's starting to come off my head now. But no, there's a reason why that is, particularly, so like theoretically, if you were to exit outside of the vacuum of our universe, in a sense, faster than light speed would be more than possible. Matter of fact, our universe literally expands faster than the speed of light. But
kinda like my dick. I'm sorry, go ahead, continue.
Oh shit,
What the fuck?
fuck is that?
Neo, that's your alarm, isn't it?
What the hell? Okay, I never said
Age
that.
fatality.
Nice work, Kyle.
That's weird.
Somebody have a diabetes meter?
No, it's an alarm.
Yeah, no, but here's the weird part about that. I don't remember ever saying that, so what the fuck was that about?
You know what? Sometimes when I set alarms, it sets it for days I don't even like remember. It's just like it's like auto. Hey, here's the rest of the week. What do you mean? Here's the rest of the fucking week? God, I fucking hate hearing alarms sometimes because I've used so many alarms to wake myself up, and I used to wake up like every day at like 5 a.m. to go to work before I broke my ankle and like gain peace in my life for whatever fraction I can hold on to. And oh my god, I remember those alarms. Oh fuck me. Have you guys ever used like doo 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 doo? It's like a beach theme. Fuck, I heard that at work the other day and I fucking like cringed, like almost fucking like I visibly would like shook. I was like, no, I'm already awake. Leave me alone. I'm sorry. Don't mind my.
I finally remember why. Okay, I finally remember why that it was. So as you know, moving at light speed in like an actual reality would require infinite energy. Well, at least within our universe, and that's kind of the reason why that actually is the limit because our universe really doesn't have enough energy to replicate that at all. So essentially, even with massless bodies such as photons, it doesn't have enough energy to actually do that. So essentially, that's pretty much the fastest it can go, or at least that's
Yeah,
one of the reasons.
so the universe cannot sustain that travel. Then it's unable to produce what's necessary to perform the
speed.
feat per se.
So it's
Yeah, so that's kind of one of the reasons why like faster than light kinetic energy is never used because well, it's literally just infinite energy, and obviously most writers don't account for that at all.
we don't need to worry about the details, mate. We're writers, not scientists. Anyways, Super Tengen Toppa Goran Lagann. I can't believe that's actually a real fucking name. Versus Golden Experience Requiem.
Dude, Gold Experience Requiem wouldn't even be able to perceive Gurren Lagann at this point. It's literally like it's like literally an 11th dimensional mech that is like that contains like an 11th dimensional lattice or some shit.
That's right. When it was fighting the anti-spiral, doesn't it arise from like a 10th dimensional like fucking sludge or something that was like absorbing it?
Yeah, no, it was absorbing the entire labyrinth, like an entire 10 to 11th dimensional labyrinth.
Get in here. You don't understand.
Which, as you already know, yeah, Gold Experience Requiem is not interacting with that whatsoever.
Wait. Wait.
Unless you pull your Outer Verso Gold Experience Requiem arguments. I've seen that, don't worry. It's a thing.
Why would I need Outer Versal Gold Experience Requiem when I could just argue for Outer Versal Cars?
Oh god.
How would you even sustain... Okay, I'm not even gonna...
How would I sustain that ideology? Very simple. It's called George Joestar, and we can make this
Well,
happen.
I thought you were talking about just regular car. That thing is ridiculous.
Listen.
Yeah, Zim. Cars is outer space.
Anyways, I don't feel like explaining. Neil, since when have you become SMT's writers? Oh,
You know, I hate that you're right about that sometimes. Actually, damn.
hello, Jim Warrior. So actually, apparently that new SMT game is a remake, reboot, I guess?
Are you talking about Soul Hackers?
Yeah, apparently it's like not an actual sequel. It's like a remake, technically.
I'm open for it, honestly. Everything I've seen of it, whether it be like in interviews and the likes. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it's changing up the formula, and some of those really extremist Megami Tensei fans are liking it. But I'm like, fuck it, I don't mind interactions like that in Megami Tensei. I didn't mind them in Apocalypse. Now, granted, it's just that I do feel like one of Megami Tensei's strong points is just allowing you to really feel for the world itself and the likes.
Uh-huh.
And that's kind of one of the reasons why I've always really given praise to Nocturne's world and the likes, because in the world it really feels like you're just exploring what used to be your world but is now desolate, but also it's I don't know, like best way I can put it is like very atmospheric. Megami Tensei generally is really atmospheric, and I really feel like that's probably one of its strong points. So I can understand why some people are really put off by it, but I don't mind it per se. It's just I don't know.
I can respect that. Although I think after seeing Elden Ring as well, I think like atmospheres probably could be a little better in some areas. But I don't know. I mean, I've never played I've never played the original. Obviously, I've only played SMT 3 and Persona 4. If you want to count that as an SMT game.
Well, I mean, I would, but Persona games generally. Here's the thing about that. Like I said, I like Persona games. I like Megami Tensei games, but they're not. They're basically apples to oranges, despite being literally the same series, kind of. Like Persona sacrifices atmosphere and basically allowing you to really absorb in the world itself, and the likes for like basically character interaction and the likes, which is one of the reasons that they're a lot more beloved than Megami Tensei. Like I'm not gonna lie and say that like the whole concept of like silent protagonists and the likes that don't really do much, or well, not really say much, may not be for everyone. But like, one of the reasons why I give Megami Tensei a little bit more leeway with the silent protagonist is because mainly it just allows you to get more immersed with the world itself, and also just because of the fact that the protagonists themselves are just actually fucking cool. They don't need to really say anything; they just do what they want, and what they align with for their actions really just speak for themselves at that point. Like basically, Demi Fiend and like a lot of the other characters are mainly just extensions of yourself, essentially.
Then why is he so boring?
Okay, alright, man.
At any rate, Gold Experience Requiem versus Alien X. Alien X has some weird scaling arguments.
Speaking of Alien X, why don't you talk about Green Lantern versus Ben 10 Go?
Oh boy, listen. That's a whole debate in itself. And honestly, it can go either way, honestly. I'm gonna just be real with you. It can go fucking either way. I don't even care anymore.
Listen, I don't care about characters whose spin-offs were better than their main series. Oh, I'm sorry.
Bruh.
I'm sorry. Anyways, SMT4 should have continued Flynn's neutral ending from 4.
I'd agree, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I liked Apocalypse. I think having the elements of like character interaction was completely fine. But like again, compared to the original 4, it was a very atmospheric, really dark and broody game. Probably the only Megami Tensei game like that since 3, basically.
Can SMT get a protagonist with a decent fucking haircut, please? I'm sorry,
You didn't like wait a minute, you didn't. Wait a minute, you didn't like fucking. Well, then again, wait a minute, you didn't actually play the Okay, never mind. Actually,
I was saying because I've seen what Flynn looks like. I've seen what Apocalypse looks like. I've seen Demi Fiend's disgrace of a hair, and I've seen fucking SMT5 protagonist hair. Can we get a decent hairstylist at the end of the world, please? No excuse.
The irony coming from you is ironic.
That's rough. Wait, Ken Marth from Fire Emblem.
Look at this disgrace of hair, looking like the unkempt, cowardly lion.
Wow. Bro. Maybe I should be the next SMT protagonist. I'll fit right in.
Ken Marth from Fire Emblem scaled the SMT characters. Not really. I mean, there was that one crossover, which then again, that wasn't really Marth like the one that we know, but it's, I guess, a version of. Well, I guess yes and no to that. So technically, yeah, but it's not really the same Marth you're really thinking of, though.
So I was actually interested in Strange Journey because Strange Journey seems to be the other SMT game everyone talks about besides 3. Like I saw a lot of videos talking about Strange Journey being a horror game and shit like that, and I was like, oh well, you know what? A horror SMT game. I know they haven't tried horror before. Let's see what they do here. And then like everyone and their mother was telling me like, don't do it.
Horror. No. It's a horror trying to find your way on the map.
Well, it's not horror in the way that you think of. Strange Journey is more existential type horror. Well, not really existential type, actually. I would say more. What's the best way to put it this way? It's more horror in a way that is slow burn in a way. Like, it's not horror in the way you're thinking of. Like, I wouldn't say the game's like scary type of horror, but it's like really. I don't know how to really put it, but yeah, not scary in the way that you're thinking of, though.
Strange Journey's real horror, the dungeon design. Listen, I'm gonna be real here. I am very lenient to map design because I think the worst map design I've ever seen was Nier Automata. That map was abysmal. That map made me want to commit.
That map was that was interesting.
No, you want to talk about hardest to read maps? Fucking play Far Cry 2. That shit is atrocious.
Well, how about first I get past Far Cry's atrocious gameplay?
Like, this map, you don't get a menu. You literally hold the fucking thing up physically, and you have to look at it as you move.
No, you're fucking lying.
Oh, you're talking about Far Cry's literal, like, actual fucking physical, like, not an actual screen, but, like, actual map.
Wait. You mean like in the game, your character rolls out a map that appears on your screen, but it's not like an actual map?
You literally hold a map as you're walking, and you have to look at the fucking thing. It is is so fucking bad. I couldn't finish the game because it gave me the shit so bad.
I'm going to actually say that sounds kind of cool only because that teaches you how to read a real map.
No. That sounds cool until you actually have to fucking use it.
Good, Kyle. Far Cry 2 is not going to hand things for you. Proud of you.
Number 2 doesn't even hear me a good game.
Well, you know what? It's not my fault Ubisoft decided to make the same game 6 times in a row.
What do you mean? The first.
No.
Oh, sorry, go on.
They perfected it with 3, and then they've just been trying to chase 3 ever since.
I was going to say the first 3 Far Cries were alright games, in my opinion.
No, I'm sure that. Well, I mean, okay, so objectively speaking, every Far Cry game is like good. Technically, they're not. I don't think they ever produced like a genuinely bad experience.
I don't know. Did you play 6?
I had not.
Damn.
Shut up.
Is 6 really bad?
It's very preachy.
So are you? We don't tell you anything.
You do.
Untrue.
Mainly, what part wasn't true? The him being preachy or us not saying anything?
Us not saying anything.
Damn it!
That I've ever heard.
You're supposed to have my back on this one.
I hurt my knee from that knee-jerk reaction.
That was
real fun.
That was.
You actually fucking hurt my knee.
Well, maybe you should stop fucking falling on it. Blood Dragon was the best thing that came out after Far Cry 3. Blood Dragon was fun.
Oh yeah, that's right. Far Cry 4. I never finished that actually.
Neither did the rest of the planet.
I did.
Well, never mind. Apparently Kyle did. Now he can lord all over us, since he's actually a lord, unironically. So, Far Cry 4 had a pretty interesting character, at least in the villain, but it's like, Just reread Record of Ragnarok, and in Hercules' backstory, Old Man Zeus, not buff mode, just his regular form, stopped Hercules' punch after the blood amp, so he feet for base Zeus. Yeah, we covered that. I'm pretty sure in our video. As soon and can't wait for the next one to come out.
That series that we do every so often.
That series we do semi-annually.
Or less frequently than Visions of V.
I think 1,000-year Blood War arc Ichigo stomp Shippuden Naruto because Ichigo scales till you watch. Him scaling till you watch is kind of, from what I understand, debatable.
I just read the last chapter, and let's just say there's a better argument for him scaling the Yuha than Naruto walking out of that fight alive. I'm sorry, like it's
all right.
Like, you can only have so many scenes where Yuha is just like, I'm gonna let you power up, lets him power up, and there's like, well, hang on, I gotta use the Almighty right now.
Wait, hang on a minute, that's a little too strong.
No, because he says, it's a wonderful, incredible power, and then he immediately gets off the throne and is like, yeah, let me see the, Well, because he thinks he's getting hit by Getsuga Tensho, and then he gets hit by a Gran Rey Zero, and he's like, excellent, and then he opens up the Almighty and is like, all right, enough of that. Now I'm gonna tell you the true power of the Almighty. I'm like, okay, so like this was just like momentary, like jerking yourself off situation. Like,
don't bring up that attack in my. Don't talk about that attack to me directly. Don't bring up that move to me directly. Real Chad did Far Cry 4 secret ending by mistake the first time. What the fuck?
I mean, it's definitely true he stomps Shippuden Naruto, but he stomps him for more than just AP reasons.
How strong is...
I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll wait for you to come back to ask this question.
Da, 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 da.
I thought you was about to do the Simpsons theme then.
Dun,
You
dun,
never
dun,
seen
dun,
that? You never seen that
dun,
We'll Be Right Back
dun,
thing?
dun. No.
Like,
Anyways,
no, you both are missing it, you fools.
listen. We do Record of Ragnarok. We gotta take it slow, because if we don't, we finish it off right away. And the only thing we can do afterwards is playing Fist of the North Star characters in against the humans and gods, and then talking about in-between matches between gods and humans. But the only interesting ones...
Look, let's be honest, it's either going to be like Fist of the North Star, or it's going to be fucking Baki.
And in fairness, I think they have a better chance against Baki. Unfortunately, Kyle was like, "You can't counter Adam's ability," and I was like, "I got a blind guy who'd like to have a few words with you." Anyways, yeah, no. So beyond that, nothing really. Oh yeah, Kyle, we're already getting Blue Sky 3. We're getting the Blue Sky Collaboration 3 now. They haven't confirmed the next Kasumi, but they did confirm Yasaki. So honestly, we're 1 to 2 collabs away from getting the Quintillion Punch. I'm so scared.
Oh,
I am shitting bricks.
it better be Quintillion.
I know.
Watch it get there, and it's like actually
No, it's gonna get there. It's gonna be 18.
sextillion.
It's gonna be 18 or 12 hits. 18 hits, please. Just make the joke happen. You watch Jesus Almighty, every Demon King in DMC. Cute.
They'll be like, I thought I noticed something, but
Despair embodied. I thought I know something worth grabbing, but I guess I was wrong.
Every Demon King in DMC just like reacts the way that a Hitman guard does every time Agent sneaks past them. Just like, what was that?
Yeah, just like must have been the wind. Have you all seen Tokyo Revengers? No. Kyle, have you seen Tokyo Revengers?
I have
Okay, Kyle has.
I heard it's good though.
Oh, never mind, Kyle.
I have.
It's such a sad thing when you're like, yeah, so I have the best precog ability ever, and then like, okay, so here's an entire verse of enemies that are acausal. Have fun.
Here's an entire verse of enemies who just do what you do, but better.
It's like they wouldn't even need the power creep you watch. You just have to like just bring in a bunch of enemies that are either resistant to it or just can't be seen by his futures or can't be affected by his powers. They don't even need to replicate it. And yes, the Beast Heads is a better Almighty. I said it.
Guys, I've ordered this for a very long time. What's Dante Virgil's physical attack AP, like hand to hand? Like if they want to, could they kill Demon King barehanded or still need a weapon? They can just amp their attacks with their energy.
Yeah, no, they could literally kill them barehanded if they wanted to.
So the weapons are literally just there just because they like fighting with weapons.
It's all weapons and things that you see in DMC are just a preference. They don't actually canonically have to do that at all.
We know nothing about Tokyo Revengers. None of us have seen it at all. Fuck! How do I describe this? Sorry, guys. While Kyle's playing, I'm over here writing, and I kind of wish I had Kyle's bullshit for talent for describing shit, but apparently I don't, because I like not forcing my readers to.
You might.
No, not his diction. I have as good of diction as not better than him. It's just that fucking he has the fucking. He's just willing to spend time describing shit.
You mean like an actual novel?
No, fuck you. So Golems are technically pointless.
Dude, you just be here giving me shit like, oh,
I mean, you give me shell
why do
time
you have
too.
to describe it?
Wait, Konami's getting a new Yu-Gi-Oh pack? Is that Speed Duels?
So Gauntlet weapons are technically pointless except Beowulf. They're not. Not exactly. It just means so whenever Dante and Virgil pick up a weapon, it just means that they don't have to self-actualize anything because the weapon does it for them. Like, oh, I don't have to use ice powers or create ice powers because I have an ice weapon that does it. Like, why would you bother going out of your way to make something like that?
Okay.
It's a matter of convenience.
So there is a new. Okay, there's a new deck box item. Hang on. Anything good? Oh, hey, Pile Armor Dragon's finally coming out. Why is Skill Drain at $27? What the fuck? Kyle, did you look up the fucking password?
No.
Kyle, what do you do?
What's that? Sorry.
Nothing, Kyle. Go ahead. Yeah, you looked at the password. Okay. Is there anything good here for me?
Zim.
What? Kyle, is he saying something? Did he just speedrun the section? Mangler, do you know what the hell dual terminal is?
Heard that name.
No,
Oh,
no, it's like
right there,
it's like an
yeah.
addition. Cause like I guess there's a new Yu-Gi-Oh box coming out called Hidden Arsenal, and it has things called dual terminal. I guess it's like Ice Barrier and fucking Armor Dragon support. Then could Dante actually make finger guns instead of using ebony and ivory? Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds really stupid, but like, yeah, he could. Like, I don't think you understand like what I mean when I say he can self-actualize. Anything Dante dreams or thinks or desires can become reality. Anything, any degree or any detail.
Except apparently a decent group of friends who won't rob things from him.
Listen,
All right, Kyle, you got this. You're a fucking genius, right?
sometimes you just don't want to try anymore.
I am a chemist.
Kyle, you are not a chemist. Come on now. You are at best a herbologist.
Yes.
At any rate, though, yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'll play that SMT game. We're gonna try and get through Elden Ring. I think the next time I stream Elden Ring, it might be a little more of a farming stream because apparently, like 150 is like the late game recommended. That's cool bit of lore I never really knew, and I call myself a DMC lore expert. Don't worry about it.
Don't fault yourself. Not a lot of people do. Not even Versus Battle Wiki knows that.
Mangler, Mangler, I need you to stop. I need you to get your heads down from the clouds there. I need you to stop looking down on the rest of us.
I mean, they're experts on like many different series, DMC included, and they don't even know that the main way that demons manifest their powers is self-actualization.
From learning chem, all you really need to know is base and acid reactions. I think you need a little more than that. To be fair, if you want to make meth but full on degree chemist is debate. What the fuck? Okay, Breaking Bad, take it easy there. Like nuclear energy. Kyle, could you not make it so obvious when you're looking up the solution to the fucking puzzle?
What?
Could you not make it so obvious when you're looking up the solution to the puzzle? Kyle? Kyle, now's not the time to dip. VSB has record of Ragnarok Zeus at planet level. Yeah, I know.
Actually they used to just have like they used to have like the top tier characters that like possibly low to C, I believe. From what I remember that is. So like they had at one point did acknowledge the possible arguments you could make for it, but they don't anymore. They just think that they're concretely planet.
Yeah, so what happened is some guy I remember this thread. Some guy showed up and was like, why the fuck is Zeus at possibly low 2C if we never see anything close to that in the series? Did you fuck up, Kyle?
Was Dead or Alive skilled in Ninja Gaiden? Then go.
Why, yes, it does. Yeah, it does.
I'm sorry. I'm playing some Bayo again, and I forgot that certain cutscenes don't account for Bayo's model having certain things. So you know how her hair is normally like really long in the first game.
Yeah, you're a great
Um,
chemist, Kyle. It's not like you totally looked up the answer or
So
anything.
when you put on the Hyrule costume, it
Okay, so,
shortens the hair. Go ahead.
So like, the Versus Wiki can like suck my ass because the anime pretty much goes out of its way to basically be like, yeah, Universal's pretty possible.
All right, so while Kyle's over there being delayed by another 20 years, Mangler, you want to finish what you said?
So there's a scene where she's talking to like child Cereza, and Cereza like grabs her hair from a distance, but because I'm wearing the Hyrule costume, the model doesn't render in the hair. So Cereza's just grabbing empty hair in her head, and like the tunic head is like only like a foot away from her head. It just looks so out of place.
Mangler, are you gonna have like a Bayo fucking Link outfit fetish after you're done with that game? You seem to just talk about it nonstop.
Because it's so stupid and out of place.
Okay.
There's also some fun stuff that you can do with the Samus Aran outfit, so you can pull the visor on and up during every single cutscene.
During the cutscene?
Yeah, no, when she's talking, you can literally just be like delivering like a serious line or something, and then just pull her visor down in the middle of the
Alright, that's silly. I'm sure Bayo 3, there are any other Nintendo costumes they should add, for comedic effect?
Are there any costume? Nintendo ones? Well, so the Samus one and the Hyrule ones kind of definitely like nail it, but I'm thinking like what other ones could they do? So I was thinking a Mario one probably because
Do
they
they-
a Peach one.
I'll say, do they not have a Peach outfit?
Yeah, but
Mario's not a girl, Mangler. You can't give Bayonetta a Mario outfit.
Maybe
You obviously-
a Rosalina outfit
You obviously
then.
haven't looked too deep into the internet.
I was about to
Tell you
say.
what. How about she gets a Misty outfit next game? Or I don't know
I was gonna say,
what our female
you could
Pokemon
give
trainer.
her- You could give her a Pokemon outfit.
What the fuck is she gonna come dressed as, a fucking Charizard or a Squirtle?
She could dress as either like a female Pokemon character or literally any Pokemon.
Let's not talk about them female Pokemon characters. We have way too many people in the Discord server who apparently fuck Pokemon.
Oh my god.
It's not my fault. How strong is Accelerator?
I mean, from 2R, like by the end of the series, he has like this. He like became like basically this godlike being, kind of, or an angel more per se, and he like has his feat of like shaking the galaxy.
We're talking about
I
the
was
guy with the little Mikasa, right? Or
I was about to say not strong enough because Konami hasn't given them support, but then I realized we were talking about a character and not an archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Mangler, it's okay.
Yeah.
Your dead archetypes will get support someday, just not today.
Well, technically it was Volcanics, but I was making fun of Blaze Accelerator.
Blaze Accelerator works for Raw. Fuck you. Just it only works for fucking Raw. Those God card cards will be so much better if they use generic
I was
divine
about to-
creature.
To say, I checked out Max Payne's channel. He's the guy that basically has been leaving comments on people's videos for like 3.5 years.
Oh, for volcanic support?
Yeah, and he did a video. It's just like it's been like the 3rd year, and no, Blaze Accelerator is not support.
It is. I'm sorry. You can get mad all you want.
No, he was super pissed about that.
He can get pissed all he wants. It's support at the end of the day.
Pissed off about the pseudo sacred beast field spell because it was like, yeah, this sucks.
Kyle, did you just drop the trophy?
I don't need the trophy.
Kyle, why on God's green earth would you think in a Resident Evil game they would give you an item with no purpose to pick up?
Because it had a tick next to it, so I don't fucking need it.
All right, fair enough, I guess. Oh yeah, because you cheated. You! Yeah! The password for the thing is inside that trophy!
Who cheated?
You!
Yo!
Motherfucker, don't you lie to me! What do you guys think is a better soundtrack, DMC5 or Metal Gear Rising? Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's
I'm
that's a
okay.
hard one.
Okay. DMC5 soundtrack actually okay. I haven't played the game yet, but it sounds fucking really good. But it's probably better with context of where it actually plays. But even without context, it's actually really good.
So the songs are better when you know like the context for the characters because they're like character specific songs.
Yeah, that's also true. I was gonna say that's not just true for Rising. That's true for DMC as well. Though for some reason, Subhuman's kind of like awkwardly sitting out there.
You don't like
Um,
Subhuman?
No, I was gonna say it doesn't really have anything in common with Dante.
It
the
does.
character, whereas, like,
It's
Crimson-
totally in charge of Dante.
I don't
I
know.
guess
I mean,
inside Dante's mind.
Listen. Don't make me have to explain to you the genius behind Subhuman. Anyways,
Whatever.
go ahead, Neil.
I would say, but honestly, going between the two, I'm still probably going to have to choose Metal Gear Rising. Like, I'm not even factoring like just if I were to like have no knowledge of either of like what they play for, I would still probably choose Metal Gear Rising. Now, granted, hot take incoming here. While I actually do like Metal Gear Rising's soundtrack, I actually think that it isn't even close to being the best soundtrack you could get for a game. Honestly,
Oh
It's actually-
no! Don't tell me you're about to say this one Japanese JRPG really blew it out of the water.
well, no, I can name like 50, but also.
Go ahead.
Well, what about Brutal Legend?
Fuck Brutal Legend.
I was gonna say that.
That's
for
got a good
me,
soundtrack.
Shut up,
I
Kyle.
think Metal Gear Rising has more character specific like themes that definitely have like tension and the
Listen.
acts that they need to capture what the character like
Listen.
thinks and feels. Whereas DMC's only really got like 2 or 3.
Listen.
But it doesn't really need to because the overall music
Oh.
list of DMC is generally a lot stronger. Like I could pull like one of like 15 different major tracks, bosses or otherwise included, and I can probably beat out basically every single like OST in Rising that isn't like a character specific thing. I would argue you could match some of them.
Okay,
I
so
don't
first
know.
off,
Stranger Eye remains really hard to beat.
dude, the song is not called.
You can definitely beat Stains of Time and Red Sun with like Voltic Black Knight.
Hang on. So, Bloodstained Sand is not the name of the song. Let's get that one clear right now.
I said Red Sun.
No. DPS man over here saying Buried Alive versus Bloodstained Sand. That's not what the song is called.
You mean
Yeah,
it has to be this way?
That's not what it's called. That's
It's called It Has to Be This Way.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to say this right now. You can only talk about MGR soundtrack when you know who the song It Has to Be This Way is for.
Oh my god.
Is it for Ryder or is it for Armstrong? If you can't answer the question, don't speak on the soundtrack.
I don't want to hear this for the guy that thinks this man is an individualist when he literally is being supported by a collective consciousness that is the fucking nanomachines.
Mangler, we've been over
The
this.
entire game is about him using the fucking desperados to accomplish his goals and use the war
Well,
economy.
Mangler, when you can sit down and punch right in the face.
Brain takes.
Mangler, he's able to fight on his own and he's self-sufficient. I hate to break this to you, but before you bring up he is. You're like, the nanomachines protect him, but he has to charge up the nanomachines!
There are literally a bunch of machines.
Motherfucker! He has to charge them! He literally activates them! Suck your dick!
They harden in response
Hang
to
on.
trauma automatically.
Yeah, and you're my bullshit radar hardens in response response to your bullshit. What's your point?
Oh my god.
Anyways, Red Sun is the best. Red Sun is not the best song in that soundtrack. It's either gonna be
Red Sun's really cheeky and funny sometimes, but like I wouldn't put it up
the
there.
best song in that soundtrack is either gonna be "Stranger I Remain." Oh, hang on one second before I continue. J Warrior, is Smite Zeus's record of Ragnarok Zeus a good fight? If you count them at like both at like low 2C or 2C, I think it is. But I don't know too much about Smite.
I don't know a whole lot about Smite, so I don't know.
All right, Neo, do you know something about Smite?
Honestly, I'm gonna just say Zeus from Smite takes it off of. And again, also depends on if you're gonna give. Oh boy, it's gonna get me into.
Say it. Say it. Say it depends on if you give him uni scaling.
That's not the logic I was using.
No. I'm completely fine with universal scaling. I'm just very iffy on giving them infinite to immeasurable off of the one statement.
Measurable? No. Infinite? Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
Rules of nature.
If somebody tried to tell me that Ragnarok was immeasurable, I'd be like, dude, you'd be wanking harder than me.
I'm gonna be dropping what I consider to be the 3 best songs of MGR's soundtrack, like across the board. Not just my personal favorite. Stranger I Remain. Which we got? I think it's I'm my own master. I think is what it's called. The one for Blade Wolf. And I'm gonna say what was also called? I think it's called Desert Storm. No. Hot Wind Blowing. Hot Wind Blowing. The DLC song.
I don't actually remember Hot Wind Blowing.
He's a DLC only. He's a DLC only boss. So like,
no, I know he's supposed to be the. I don't remember what his name is, but you only fight him as Blade Wolf.
Yeah. Now, personally,
go
I never got the opportunity to play the DLC. Was it any good?
I didn't play it. I just know the song. I was gonna say my personal favorite is Collective Consciousness, but I'm just saying, like, Go ahead.
I would say the best songs that I would rank, probably if we're going like top 3. Say number 3, I would put either Stranger I Remain or Blade. I'm my own master now. I would put It Has to Be This Way. Probably either second or it's interchangeable with the only thing I know for real, which is Sam's.
Yeah. All right. I Wind of Destruction. Damn right. Rules of Nature, Collective Unconsciousness, and It Has to Be This Way. I think it's just Collective Consciousness, right?
Yeah, it's Collective Consciousness.
Collective Consciousness is a banger. That's my personal favorite one. But like, if I had to say, like, well, if I like had to recommend some songs to people, I'd recommend the 3 I said. I kind of like, I'm a little weird that way. Neo,
I don't know, bro. I'm gonna just have to be a simpleton and say Rules of Nature. Like it may, like I know it's like one of the earliest songs you hear, but fuck it, it's in my opinion basically the Metal Gear Rising theme. I don't give a shit.
I think because it's like you're fighting bosses with this, and you're just like, this is the worst song in the game. It's the worst one, and it's a banger.
I mean, like, listen, man, you can't all be SMT3 having such a catchy, battle song every time you fight. At some point you're just gonna have to lose.
Wait, Neo and Speed, do you mean Smite Zeus or Ragnarok? Okay, I'm mainly talking about. Okay. So there's a statement in Ragnarok that you can like argue to get him at like infinite, and me personally, I can understand the argument for it, but I'm just not really sold on it being a concrete rating for that. Like seriously,
I would say that
that's fine.
Again, if we're talking like character specific themes. Generally speaking, I think like it's you can say Metal Gear Rising Revengeance has a better song list in that capacity, but you have to remember that like many of the song lists for specifically for DMC don't have vocals. A lot of them are electronic. Like the Voltic Black Knight, Abyssal Time, and The Duel, for example, which is some of the best tracks in the game. They don't have vocals at all. They're just instrumental.
Well, you've got other classic songs as well that are good instrumentals, like Locked and Loaded.
Well, I'm not counting. I'm counting DMC originals. I'm not counting. Or DMC5 originals. I'm not counting like additional content through the.
What was I gonna say regarding? Oh shit! No, fuck.
All right, so while Neo's
I'll get
over
it
there,
later.
what did you drop?
Something. That's almost.
So while Neo's dropping his own depression.
Well, that was what was I gonna say regarding DMC5. Oh yeah, that's right. Like I said, I probably the soundtrack will probably be better for me once I actually do play the game and the likes. But but like I said, honestly, I feel like this is a bit of a weird one because when you talk about DMC soundtracks, 3 had a lot more vocal ones. If you want to be fair, honestly.
It just had like the one or two songs. So, like a lot of DMC songs don't have vocals, which kind of gives Rising an advantage. But hang on. So Ozra's list was Red Sun, Stains of Time, and It Has to Be This Way. All right, not too bad. DP Man, It Has to Be This Way. Rules of Nature, Hot Wind Blowing. I guess a lot of people like It Has to Be This Way. I mean, it's a good song for sure. But Red Sun being number one, oof.
It has to be this way. I don't know, man. It'd probably be in my top 5. I wouldn't put in my top 3, honestly.
I'm surprised nobody does The Only Thing I Know for Real. Like that one's
Mangler over here feeling alone. Like, come on, guys, where the fuck are you?
Come on, I'll fight this battle alone if I have to.
Here's the thing. Well, Oscar, I'm kind of on a similar pace. Like I said, DMC5 soundtrack will probably grow on me once I actually again play the game. But like as far as soundtracks go, me personally, easily 3 for me is the best in the series for sure. But
it's because you just haven't heard
you
5.
gotta play 5.
Hang on.
Just like once because I'll be honest, like I thought most of the soundtracks were matching 3s, and then I realized like I've never actually heard the Garion soundtrack, and then I picked up Abyssal Time, and I'm like, why is there a fucking banger hiding away in this mission?
Speaking of bangers, oh no, it's because Kyle's about to fight out zombie.
I don't know. If I'm being honest, when I play 5, I'm probably gonna have a bit of a zen moment here when like the game's been hyped up to me, but I'm probably not gonna like it as much as I did other entries in the series. But that could be me. I don't know.
It's entirely possible.
You're gonna have a critical moment where you just throw your hands up in the air and be like, "Whoa!
What the fuck? Whoa! That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what it's all about. That's why I'm here."
Well, I don't know the exact meme, but I just remember that like when he gets excited, he just like throws his hands up in the air or something.
Well, voice critical.
Oh, I'm trying to think. You know that meme I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He's just like someone screen caps it. He's just like really excited. He's like raising his hands up like he's doing the fucking spirit bomb.
What's Smite Zeus's speed looking like? He's like massively faster than Light Plus, but like really high into it though.
He's fast enough to smite your ass. How about that?
Oh, dude, don't even get me started on the Cerberus thing from 3. It's probably one of, if just not my favorite track in 3 by far. Like it's a good intro to the game, but also, dude, just right out the get go, the game hits you with a banger. Absolutely classic.
Does Cavalier Angela have a name for her theme? It's called Voltic Black Knight.
I don't know. Everyone always points to the Virgil themes in 3, but like they are good. Don't get me wrong. Some of the best in the soundtrack, but still, I'm not seeing them as being the best though, personally. Although, to be fair,
they're by far the most diverse in the series. Because they even in 3 they change like 3 times. You're just like, oh, electronic, then like hard rock, then like orchestral.
Bitch, stop shooting him! You're making him stronger!
Although the iconic... Oh, my bad, sorry.
I was gonna say, you can't really make like... It's very... I shouldn't say it's impossible, but it's generally extremely difficult to make 3 different character themes for a boss that aren't just extensions of the original, rather than just completely different versions of them.
I was gonna say, although the infamous Devils Never Cry, though, that'll always be a banger, easily, but, you know.
Alright, so just very quick, I won't answer this, but I'll talk about this very briefly since I don't read any of these. Ramiro Tempest versus Anos Voldigold. I do not read light novels at all, and from what I understand, those two are like the core examples of super hacked, overpowered light novel characters.
Yes, but removes the better of the two. But anyways,
Is it because he's a slime?
between those two, Anos will probably win that. If I'm being honest, as much as I love Romero, yeah, he's probably gonna lose that straight up.
Are you saying you don't like a person who cares about his parents, Neo?
No. As a character, Anos is very interesting because a lot of criticism that comes to him are very misunderstood for what the series is trying to gain from. Like, no, don't get me wrong, he's a powerful character, but for what the setting is trying to go for, power and like the series itself isn't like Dragon Ball where you're supposed to care about the strength and they get to. It's more in line with something like One Punch Man where strength is just a byproduct of the thematic purpose. Like, do I think it's like one of the best light novels? Nah, it's still in my opinion a very passable light novel. But
Not enough
I don't think
hentai.
that- But I'm just saying, I don't think that Anos is like a quote unquote bad character or like a Mary Sue because he definitely isn't by any means. Like he definitely has his moments, but he also definitely has his moments of weakness too. But,
I see.
You know,
Honestly,
Like-
okay.
oh, sorry.
Oh,
Like most people who do talk about him have probably never ever actually read the novel itself, and are just going off of like versus debating perception of him, which is one of the worst ways to go in terms of like judging a character.
that is true. I was thinking about buying a Final Fantasy game for my phone, so cause fucking I can't really get storage for like the other mobile games I play, so I was like, oh, he's not getting back up. Hang on, boys, that counter.
I don't remember what Agni and Ruga's theme was.
Oh, which Final Fantasy are you getting? That's the question.
I don't know. They all cost like $20, so I'm not sure which one I'm gonna get on my mobile. Not sure which one's worth getting a hold of.
It's almost as bad as the theme of Cardinal Justice. What was Cardinal Justice? Was that Fortitude's theme?
I think I might get 6, but I don't
Oh,
think the
dude.
remake's on mobile.
Oh shit, that reminds me, dude. I never get to never talk about Bayonetta as like a game series. Like I've talked about it like as in scaling, but I never really talked about it as a game. I absolutely love Bayonetta as a game, but its soundtrack was really, really good. And probably one of my favorite final boss themes of all time is the Jubileus theme. I forgot what it was called, but it was fucking godly, dude.
I think it's just called The Creator.
Hang on, I actually have the soundtrack thing here.
It should be called The Creator. That's like a given. No,
I
man,
think
this
it
thing's
actually
good.
is what it's
The
called.
greatest, no, so it's called the Greatest Jubilee.
Yeah, okay. Alright. Yeah, no, that theme is probably one of the best video game themes I've ever heard. And I'm not even saying that with exaggeration. Fucking banger, dude.
That one is. I've always said that one's a little too good. I can't listen to it all the time, but when you want to feel like really good, that song is very motivating. It's also very long as well. It takes like, I want to say like 3, and it takes like the full length of a song for it to hit like, it's like, I guess it's climax essentially before it repeats like once. I was also gonna say the last like level, the last 4 or 5 levels of Bayonetta have like some of the best soundtracks in the game because you get Jean's final theme, you get You May Call Me Father, which is like Baldur's. You get Jubileus.
That is a really
and
sexually based song name.
What?
I'm sorry. Oh, I was thinking out loud. Don't mind me.
No, I have no idea what you said. What did you say?
Don't worry about it. It's nothing big deal. Anyways, call me a pleb, but I can only remember Fly Me to the Moon and Tomorrow Is Mine in terms of Bayonetta music, and I played these games multiple times. It's because those have lyrics in them. So when songs have lyrics, they're easier to remember.
I was gonna say lyrical songs are a lot easier to remember, so you can pretty easily remember the Greatest Jubilee. It's just like, it's just choir music the most time.
All right, Kyle's died a 7th
What's
time
the
because
best
he
choir
can't
music you've ever
fucking
fucking
hit.
heard in your life?
Fucking. Hey, I was in choir. I resent that.
Well, I mean, there definitely is some competition, although I do feel like it still stomps it out. I mean, there's always the infamous fuck, why? Oh, One Winged Angel. What the fuck was I thinking of?
One Wing Angel is
One
not
Wing
bad,
Angel's got nothing on
but
the Greatest Jubilee.
Well,
Like, this is not like I'm sorry, but I just don't feel like there's anywhere near as much momentum and build up in the song because it just
Well,
starts off very suspenseful.
you have to actually play the game to really get the full gist of it. It's actually really listen. It I don't know. I don't think it's as good as the Great Jubilee. Like I don't think it's as good, but I do feel like it can be within the ballpark though. Honestly,
Is it because it has the
That's
same music?
fine. I'm just saying, like, so Jubilee, the greatest Jubilee, like, what I find to make it like so good, not just from the build up, is the fact that like you're hyped, like the entire game hypes up Jubilee as being this thing that's going to essentially recreate the entire cosmology, and it is revealed in her descriptions that well, one of the reasons you could argue it's called the Jubilee is because humans can't actually pronounce Jubileus's name. Like Jubileus is technically the name that was given to them or that was given to her because they couldn't say her actual name.
Yeah.
It's the closest depiction of Jubilee in like a plural form.
I do think they're underselling One Wing Angel, but Jubilee's theme was better. Sorry, the only theme I know for Sephiroth is Sephiroth! Is that
That's
One
his
Wing?
name.
well, here's the thing about that. One Winging Angel, as far as like final boss themes from Final Fantasy, I don't think it's the best, but it definitely is one of the best in the series by far. But yeah, if we're just talking about pure if we're talking about pure choir themes, I definitely do feel like One Winged Angel could definitely be in the convo, but I don't think it's as good though. But yeah. Oh no! Wait a minute! I forgot about that. Choir would also technically count Dancing Mad. Oh shit! Right.
Dancing Mad is whose name?
Kefka's feet. Okay, dude. Seriously. Dude, no. Kefka Dancing Mad is probably one of the best video game themes of all time. It's in my top pretty easily.
Bruh,
Wait,
listen.
am I allowed to include the rites of passage because it has like one part of the song where there's some choir?
No.
Damn it.
Xemnas' theme at the end of second was one of the best Square Enix final boss themes.
Are you talking about You're talking about what was it? Darkness of the Unknown. But yeah, that's the name of the general theme itself. But like the theme itself is separated into like different parts that like makes up like a whole 7-minute song.
Darkness of the Unknown, but part 3 basically. The finals in this portion.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, the whole song itself is like 7 minutes long and separated into parts. But
actually, wait, Neo, did I send you that alternate version of the Darkness of the Unknown?
I don't think you have.
It is very, very good. I would recommend it. Hang on, let me go.
I'll say you want to send it to him then or something. Anyways,
You know what game has some of the best soundtrack? Valkyrie Profile and Asora's Wrath. Valkyrie's Profile I can understand, but Asora's Wrath. Actually, no, I'm not gonna lie. It does have bangers. I'm not even gonna sit here and downplay that. It has some bangers, but I wouldn't put it in like my top 50 though. If I'm being honestly for Asora's Wrath, that is. But
I remember the songs from Azora's Wrath. I kind of blew through that game.
Well, there was the god spins, whatever it was called, basically Chakravartin's theme, probably the best theme in the game.
Wait, doesn't he have multiple themes?
Yeah, but I'm talking about the very last one you hear when you fight him.
oh yeah, when he becomes the creator, that's a really good one. Have you read Neo? Have you read the High School DxD light novel?
I steered away from High School DxD. It's not because I have standards, just because I haven't really bothered.
Well, I know you don't have standards. Lol.
It's the DZ arrangement for Darkness of the Unknown. There's also the Project Estati arrangement as well. I can probably.
I'm actually impressed, Kyle, and you could actually see where the fuck. Oh my good! You missed both shots. You missed both shots. I hope he kills you. I hope he kills you. You deserve to die.
Although, in my personal opinion, when I think of best game soundtracks, coincidentally enough, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time is undoubtedly one of the best soundtracks of all time.
When did fucking this guy become Destroyer from Godzilla? What the fuck? Anyways, there's Rat. Yeah. Best overall game soundtrack. Whew.
I don't know. For me, it's like mix. Like I already mentioned one, but it's either a mix up between that and Chrono Trigger. Those are like the two runner-ups for like the best soundtracks in gaming for me personally.
Is Chrono Cross? I've always been confused on this one. Is Chrono Cross a sequel to Chrono Trigger or no?
Yes and no,
Of course, it's
but
not that
also
simple.
yes.
I died to his Devil Trigger.
Well, all right, you were close, Kyle. Hang on, that's
Oh.
that.
So
Go ahead.
these are the two versions.
I'll give them a listen at some point for sure. What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Chrono Cross is a very weird situation. Like it's canon and also a sequel, but not a direct sequel. Like that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not even gonna get into the whole specifics of it because Chrono Cross's story is actually just really. It's a good story, but also just very, very complicated at times.
Yeah, I just see that they have like the same fuck. I think they're made by the same company, and they have like the same title card. And I was just thinking, like, so are these connected or something?
I was also gonna say Cage, either Cage in general or Cage 3 Remine specifically has some of the best like themes that I have heard in a really long time because they basically made a full final mix version of like all the best boss themes or some of the most iconic boss themes throughout all the game series and their main antagonists, and then revamp them with new instruments and shove them in one game. And shove them in one DLC.
Honestly, Ozra's rats sound like Naruto music with a spin.
Even the lobby music for the Cage 3 Remind, the Cavern of Remembrance is fucking like amazing. Absolutely a banger.
You want a real banger? How about that Master Duels theme?
Well, here, let me just throw that one in there because that one's.
I don't know. If I want to talk about amazing sound, I could go for days, like actual literal days, because I have so many fucking games I could mention, and most of them are probably gonna be RPGs when I think about it. But
Listen. You guys are bringing up all these great songs and soundtracks, but what if I bring up MGS5's cassette tapes?
Here it is, the Garden of Assemblage. Do we even
Kyle, you're gonna make me cry.
Cavern of Remembrance is probably one of the best things in the series, in my personal opinion. Although personally, it depends. Then again, there's so many different versions of this one theme, just like with almost any soundtrack in Cage. But
Well, I think the ones in Days and Cage 2 are pretty much identical. And 2.5 adds a couple extra notes, but the Garden of Assemblage is literally just a completely electronic version of it. It's very different, but it's also like very interesting.
All right,
Where's the music channel?
find
What
it.
happened to it?
It should be somewhere. I see Kyle posted fucking the Struts
Oh,
there. I didn't realize the Struts were still a band. I thought they broke up already.
you know what? You probably should move that to like the text channels or something.
I don't even know why
I
the
was
fuck
gonna
it's down
say,
there.
Why is it all the fucking way down there?
In fairness,
no,
it's
I'm
not. Oh, go on.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, I feel like I'm gonna probably just move it a bit because it feel like it probably for better structure. Besides, I'm pretty sure just most people haven't used this channel because they literally don't know it exists.
It's entirely possible. Does
just
GTA
like,
count?
what
No,
music-
shut up. You don't get to bring in GTA. Don't even mention the name to me again.
That actually reminds me, a really decent, like kind of underrated soundtrack I think is the Godfather of the Game soundtrack. Very bouncy. Some nice jazz.
Wait,
General.
you want to know how to really good soundtrack? Guitar Hero 3.
I'll be that guy and play the cheap cop-out move.
listen. How about Rock Band The Beatles? Great soundtrack.
Yeah, I love Dance Dance Revolution. I do happen to believe it has a great soundtrack. Well, no shit.
So we actually got Rock Band, me and our brother, to play together, but for some fucking reason, our actual copy of Rock Band didn't work. But our dad bought us Rock Band AC/DC, so we just kept playing AC/DC songs over and over again on Rock Band. No, I'm like genuinely annoyed the original game didn't work, but that was still funny. Real talk, the Charlie Brown theme was a banger. You know, I'm surprised we didn't bring up Nier for best video game music. You know what? Nier is a fucking banger all across the board for sure. But
Oh wait, Smash Bros. Ultimate.
shut up. Set the fuck down.
No, dude, you cannot have a launch like Smash Bros. Ultimate and then just be like, all right, here's like 50 iconic songs revamped in perfect capacity.
Oh, cop out.
Neo, tell me I'm wrong.
Don't back him
Yeah,
up, bro.
Smash Bros. Soundtrack is really fucking good.
Damn it, Neo.
Dude, I literally, so I didn't play the game at all for its first I want to say like I got it in 2019, right? So I didn't play for the first like year or so of its release. And I got it on Black Friday, and I heard good things about this music, but I hadn't touched the game at all. And I hopped in and I listened to like Yoshi's Obstacle Course or any of like the Sticker Brush Symphony from like Donkey Kong. I'm like, oh my god, they took the exact same things and they just made them better.
All right. Who do you think Deadpool would have Ozra fight? Well, his best matchup was Hulk.
No, Kratos.
They're not gonna have him fight Kratos. Good job, Kyle. Actually, if they bring him back, he's probably gonna fight Vegeta. If they bring Ozra back, they'll bring back Vegeta, I bet.
Nah, Vegeta's fighting 4. That's been pretty much confirmed.
Wait, didn't that already happen yet?
Oh,
No.
why? What does he
No,
have in
Thor
common with
not
the-
Raiden, well, not Metal Gear, not Metal Gear Raiden, but
Thor versus
Kombat
fucking
Raiden.
Raiden was a stupid ass matchup. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking when they were smoking them joints.
Thunder Gods. There you go.
oh yeah, that's right. What was I going to mention? Oh yeah, also when it comes to best soundtracks as well, I would also be quick to mention Okami. Probably one of the best soundtracks in gaming, in my personal opinion. But
I'm not gonna say anything. I haven't played the game. I don't feel like playing a game where I have to use a stylus and a
Oh.
second screen.
bro,
Ratchet-
fucking play Okami. It's golden. Fuck you talking about?
Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal's soundtrack.
Fuck you.
Oh, since we're on that same boat, let me just talking about. No, listen, let me just talk about the original Rayman. This soundtrack was fucking underrated.
I keep
Really
forgetting
Yeah, the
Rayman.
Rabbits were good, weren't they?
I was gonna
Damn.
say I keep forgetting Rayman's an actual franchise. All I see is the Rayman Rapids.
Can I include fighting games? Because I was also gonna say DBZ Budokai Tenkaichi 2 soundtrack.
Well, fighting games are games, so they work just fine.
Nah, if you want to talk about good soundtracks from Dragon Ball Z games, Supersonic Warriors 2.
Is that a real fucking whatever? Okay. What game do you use your brain more in? Rock, paper, scissors, or chess? It'd be chess.
Yes.
I gotta think because when we're talking about game sound, yeah, we're talking about fighting game soundtrack. It's fighter soundtrack because those are classics. But stepping outside of that mold for a second, Tekken consistent. The original Tekken games, like even now, they have some really good soundtracks. But Tekken 1 through 3 soundtracks are fucking golden. Absolutely.
Tekken 4, oh my god, like Tekken 4 probably has like the best I was gonna say balance of different types of music. Like you've literally got like music with what's it called?
Yo, Spar, you're right. How can I go so long without mentioning Megami Tensei? I said before that Megami Tensei Freeze soundtrack is probably like one of my favorite in gaming, and I do stand by that. Its soundtrack is fucking god awful. I mean, that was like god awful. I was thinking of it was fucking amazing. No, like seriously, dude. I can go on for days when I just talk about Megami. And keep in mind, almost any Megami Tensei game has an argument for like being some of the best music in gaming. Because consistently, Atlas just pumps out banger after banger with each soundtrack. But I don't know.
Listen.
Nocturne have 3 good songs and that's it. Dude, stop smoking crack. You're wrong.
So
Did anybody ever?
Alright, so like, I think Neil will agree with this. For as much as Burn My Dread is meme, it's actually a really good song.
Bro, Nocturne only had 2 free good sound. Bro, get off the crack. You're just outright not listening if you think that it only has 2 3 good soundtracks. I can
Nocturne.
literally name you like fucking 10.
Nocturne had more than one song.
Wait.
So there, would you agree? Like, it's actually a good
Sorry.
song.
Wait, sorry, would I agree what? You kind of cut out.
Would you agree that "Burn My Dread" is a good song, even though it's named to Absolute Kingdom Come?
Yeah, yes.
Can I just say that her mom's dad still looks more real, like looks like a soccer player after they tripped?
Damn.
The way she's fucking like yelling in pain and shit, I've seen that in the World Cup.
No, dude.
Super underrated
Soccer
ones.
players be hardcore. They're getting shot by snipers mid-run.
Super underrated music track selections. Advanced Wars Days of Ruin.
You better be okay. I'm not doing another puzzle to save another woman.
Oh, if we're talking about underrated, I'm just gonna throw in the towel Klonoa, Door to Phantom L. It has one of the best soundtracks in gaming. It's easily top 3 for me personally. Not too many, I don't think anyone here has ever played Klonoa, either any of the games, but the first game's soundtrack is one of the best soundtracks in gaming, period. I put that on money.
Alright, so I've got 3. 2 of them are from the same franchise. Give me Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, and Mystery Dungeon, Explorer of the Sky, Time and Darkness, and also Spore.
Did you just say fucking Spore?
Did you ever play that DS game?
I did not. I just Goblin Slayer has gods. Yeah, I have no clue about Goblin Slayer gods in general.
Yeah.
I don't want to rush you, but
Well,
we have to go.
let me
I put about 7 to 8 different bang. I put the Easter egg music for the Call of the Dead map from COD Zombies.
you basic
Not
bitch.
Ready to Die, because that was.
That's a great Avenged Sevenfold song.
I would argue that is the best Avenged Sevenfold song.
So,
I don't know. Shepherd of Fire and Hail to the King are pretty good.
so we normally end the stream at this point, but Kyle's really close to the end. I think he can beat it before another hour passes.
I think I can do it, guys.
I'll say. Also, how can I literally go about this conversation without mentioning any Final Fantasy game? Almost just about every Final Fantasy game has a really good soundtrack, but dude, but like 4, 5, and 6, especially 6, which is also among one of my favorite soundtracks, is godly. It's crazy what fucking the NES sound chip can do, man.
How could you go this far without mentioning?
Guys, we're really not going to mention the banger that was Halo 3 soundtrack?
Claire?
You brought up the COD soundtrack, so like, if you're gonna bring up any zombie song, either 115 or Beauty of a Night.
I'm really glad I met you too, Sherry. But save your thanks until
I think,
we chat about
funny enough, the original Halo had the best soundtrack of the games, actually. I'm just gonna say it.
You want to fucking die?
Yes!
Yes, you do want to die!
Because the original Halo had a really good soundtrack that was able to mix really good action with atmospheric moments. It was absolutely banging.
If we're gonna bring up atmosphere, get the fuck out of here. Samaj is right. ODST slaps it out of the fucking park.
ODST can't even slap its own self, so what are you talking
Are
about?
you fucking wrong, man?
The best atmosphere. Get out of here.
ODST had the best atmosphere, and not.
ODST was just like, hey, I'm gonna serenade you in while you're shooting up these covenants. I'm like,
It's called art, Mangler! I wouldn't expect a fucking plebeian American like you to understand!
dude, ODST is my favorite Halo game. What the fuck are you on about?
Stop lying! I bet you don't even know Rookie's name.
What was I gonna say? I probably should have mentioned it at this point, but like, Dark Souls soundtracks? Anybody?
Yeah, you're right. Dark Souls 1, in my opinion, had the best soundtrack in the series.
I don't know whether you guys listening to people
I mean,
yelling
I
over
don't
and
like
over
3.
again.
I don't like 3, but come on.
No, I will die on this hill. Dark Souls 3, like all the Dark Souls had good soundtracks, so it's kind of really a middle ground here. But Dark Souls 1 was absolutely fantastic. Some of the most iconic and some of the most well recognized compositions in modern times, and also and additionally, just actually some of the they actually can tell a story without actually saying anything. For example, Gwen's theme conveys so much emotion without actually telling you how the fuck to feel, and so much so forth. I can go on, go on. It's good.
Aside from
Absolutely good.
Gwen's theme,
So basically, it just did what the actual game did. Told you a story without telling you a story.
Yeah, no, the music carries on what the game is supposed to do as well. And I can just go beyond Gwen's theme. I can name so many soundtracks from Dark Souls 1 that I feel like just completely eclipses the rest of the series, personally.
They must have gone with the Ruby school of fucking music writing. Kyle,
Oh, Firelink Shrine? Yeah, absolutely classic. Love it. But I don't know, my favorite theme actually in Dark Souls is actually, and probably one of my favorite themes in gaming in general, is actually the theme that you hear when you actually beat the game. The nameless song it's called.
it's just called the Nameless Song.
Yeah, that's what the credits theme is actually called.
one of my favorite songs is the Dragon Slayer armor. That one's
What? Oh, that's Smog and Ornstein, right?
no,
What?
it's the one from 3.
Oh, well, shut the fuck up. My favorite Dark Souls OST is the Soul of Cinder theme.
Oh yeah, no, that theme is so good. It's easily like, in my opinion, it's top 3 for like some of the best in and like Dark Souls 3 in my personal opinion. It's kind of, but again, Dark Souls 3 had a really good soundtrack. It's really hard to pick for this, honestly. Seriously.
Okay, I think I was able to pick,
Sif!
was I able to pick 10 themes from 10 series? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Don't ask me to pick 10 themes from 10 series, please. Don't ask me to do that.
I did. I need one more.
Hey,
Wait,
Kyle, you got a gun now.
hang on. There's that one theme from the beginning of Darksiders 2. Kyle, what's the theme that plays when you're fighting the Crowfather?
Not sure.
Sif the Great Wolf deserved everything that happened to him. Every last moment of
Damn.
it.
Okay, bro.
I'm not saying I hate Sif the Great Wolf. Why would you say that? I just think that I kind of wish Artorias would have died right in front of him. Nothing too mean.
Dude, Dark Souls Gwen. I made a list and I put Gwen's theme as like one of my favorite final boss themes of all time. I still hold that idea. It's one of the best final boss themes I've ever heard in a game. It's absolutely fantastic.
Kyle, drop the fucking needle cartridges or reload your fucking needle gun. What the fuck are you? No! You absolute fucking tool.
What are you doing?
I gotta get this train moving. I need you to stay right here, okay?
Okay. I promise I won't move.
Good.
Not Sif, he was a good boy?
Always.
No. Sif was a bad boy. Sif was a fucking asshole.
There you go. I did it. I found the Crowfather. I just forgot there's like about a minute's worth of buildup, but it's worth it. I'm so pleased. You don't even know.
Continuing that reminds me, Shadow Colossus also had some of the best music in gaming too. It was actually a fantastic soundtrack.
Hope you stub your toe? Fine, but it won't bring Sif back.
Not even the DLC can.
Listen, Zim, just because he kicked your ass doesn't mean you can't feel bad for him. He was trying to save you. Nah, he was an inconvenience, and I made sure to let him know.
He didn't try to save shit. That's objectively wrong. He was just sad that he had to kill me.
Wasn't said he had to kill me. Motherfucker was reveling in it. So, I kind of make it a habit of a boss who kicks my ass. I kind of use their weapon for most of the game. I'm doing it in Elden Ring now, but in Dark Souls 1, after I beat Sif, I made the Cursed Greatsword of Artorias, and I just used that weapon for like the rest of the game. Yeah, was it worth the stat? Was it worth like the stupid stat requirements? No, not in slightest. But I did it. It wasn't about the effectiveness of the weapon. It was about sending a message. And also, cursed weapons were great in Dark Souls because then like ghosts can't do shit to you.
Isn't that message kind of pointless because everyone around you's gone insane?
Fuck you.
Oh, hello.
You're messed up, man? No, I'm fucking not. Sif deserves. Fuck Sif. That fucker should have just given me the fucking ring, but no, he had to make things difficult. A message that you petty? I'm not petty. Fuck Sif. Dark Souls 1 is one of the most easiest to cheese, honestly. I mean, I'll still say my favorite From Software game, probably across the board, and I'm including Elden Ring in that for the time being, is probably Dark Souls 2.
Including Elden Ring, I would still say the original. Well, I think I already said this before, but the original Dark Souls is probably still gonna be my favorite. If I'm being honest.
I have to finish Elden Ring, but like, you know, like from what I've played, I think I'd still pick Dark Souls 2 over playing Elden Ring. Kyle, you can't be a Dark Souls 2. What the fuck? Yeah.
Well, I haven't played Elden Ring yet. Maybe Elden Ring will surprise me.
You're like on the only part of the internet. Zen, what is it with you defending the black sheep of the series? First DMC2, now Dark Souls 2? Okay, DMC2 was due to childhood love. Dark Souls 2 I just found better. Like, I just liked it better.
Dark Souls 2 is just, generally speaking, designed better than most of the other Dark Souls games.
I also really like the boss battles in 2. A lot of people complain about the knights. I actually prefer the knight boss battles, so there was that too. Kyle's not getting back up. He's dead.
Just a bunch of dudes in armor, Sim.
Nah, fuck, dude. These fucking guys over here are like, oh, they're just a bunch of dudes in armor. Like the game's not designed to fight enemies like this. But no, let's fight the giant fucking dragon that clearly is not designed to be fought like this.
I just found that to be ironic because Dark Souls 3 then exists.
Mother,
like it is literally every other boss is a dude in armor.
dude.
Every best boss in the game is a humanoid boss.
No, because
Yeah,
Dark
I
Souls.
was gonna bring that up because like there's a lot of like humanoid bosses in 3, and keep in mind I like 2 as well. I still wouldn't take it over like the first or third,
Yeah.
but it doesn't mean it's a bad game in my personal opinion. But I do feel like the criticism that you brought up earlier, which was again armored battles, yeah, no, those are completely fine. Dark Souls 3 had an abundance of them too, and they were good.
But dudes not more cooler in 3. It's totally different. Oh, they're cooler in 3.
No, not even completely true because most of them are fucking larpers.
Listen,
So the Dragon Slayer armor is literally just like Ortiz armor from the first game. The Abyss Watchers are just Artorias like fucking.
Whoa. Okay. No. If we're just talking about cool factor and the like, now okay, I can actually agree with DB here.
look. Listen. Here's the thing.
I'm talking like creativity and originality. Dark Souls 3 just kind of like leeches off of one. It doesn't really have.
Are you? Dark Souls 3 is literally. Dark Souls 3 is unironically the series' best of album.
Yeah, but it's funny. It didn't take any of the best mechanics from 2 that it should have.
Listen, so the thing is about fucking like the boss discussion, because that's like the main complaint about Dark Souls 2 is the boss design. Is like whatever you think of like the top 10 bosses, how many of those bosses are not humanoid? Like who's really there saying, "Oh yeah, the best boss in Dark Souls 1 was gaping fucking dragon." Oh yeah.
It's usually Ornstein and Smog, Artorias.
Yeah,
and
humanoid bosses! The only non-humanoid boss I think people like in Dark Souls 1... No, like... Is maybe Sif? Maybe Sif?
Yeah, I was gonna say, beside from him, some people like Nito, but Nito's literally a giant human fucking skeleton. He just happens to be bigger.
So the thing about...
Manus, but...
Madness I never got the chance to experience, so I can't speak on Madness, but Madness is one that's referenced a lot. The problem is...
like him.
The problem is that a lot of the bigger monster bosses just don't really feel that like they don't just really feel like they fit for the gameplay style.
You
Kyle.
must really like them bosses unfair hitboxes.
Well,
It's funny you say that because Dark Souls 3 has a bigger hitbox problem than Dark Souls 2 does.
That is true.
Okay. In all fairness, for Dark Souls 1, I personally don't mind it because when you already come into Dark Souls 1, you already are coming in with the experience of, oh yeah, no, the game obviously isn't gonna pull no punches, so obviously, yeah, you're not gonna get something like that. So you know what, fuck it, just grit your teeth and bear through it.
So, Neil, what would your top 5 bosses from Dark Souls 1 be?
Let me think on that actually,
All right.
because I know I said before that I'm gonna mention Manus as one as well, because I said before he's like probably for me he was the most difficult boss fight in 1 personally, but he was also a really interesting fight for me as well. I actually really liked him, but beyond them, I am gonna mention the typical, Smog and Ornstein and Gwyn. But the reason why I like them is not just because of gameplay, but because of actual context and so on and so forth, and also because they actually have really good themes to back them up as well. It's basically more than just gameplay for why me and really a lot of other people like them as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna mention them because they're kind of hard to beat. They're like really fucking good bosses.
All right.
Fucking fun.
All right.
Now beyond that, I'm gonna spite you. I'm gonna say Sif because I like that boss.
You like Sif? You like Sif just to spite me, huh? Fine. You must love having to destroy the crystal.
Ironically, I actually did like the boss. He was challenging, but I actually really did like the boss.
Was he challenging because he kept turning around to hit you? Because that's the only way he attacks, basically, by moving around in a circle. So Sif is weird to me because. What?
How did you get stumped on him? Actually, now I think about it.
So I beat Sif my first try, but that's a different story entirely. I mentioned in my Elden Ring stream yesterday about how I power grinded to beat Sif and I level capped the rest of the game. I died to Sif the first time because I didn't realize he had to destroy the crystal behind him.
Is Dark Souls 2 slower than Dark Souls 1? Am I wrong on that? You are wrong on that. So Dark Souls 2 actually has like faster.
Come on, Kyle, get the fuck up. Get the fuck up. Once Kyle beats this guy... Oh, God.
Does anyone want to talk first? Or?
Okay, Mingler.
The only boss fight that I didn't like in Dark Souls 1 was literally...
Neil?
What was it? Hold on a second.
Was it Gaping Dragon?
Well, none. That's probably the only boss fight I actually just didn't like in that game.
You cut out.
Outright.
You cut out. Which boss?
You didn't. So did you like outright Ceaseless Discharge?
I mean, I can tolerate it, but Bed of Chaos was just absolute pain.
Kyle?
Like, oh, sorry, my bad.
Mangler just wants to. It sounds like he's out for blood almost. Anyways, go ahead, one of you two.
The Dark Souls. I don't like again. Obviously for me, I do want gameplay that appeals to me, but at the same time, I'm not gonna be asking for I'm not gonna really be asking for you to like fucking be fair, because honestly, the satisfaction I get out of it is overcoming these challenges, even with the barriers that are coming against me. So like, yeah, some of these bigger bosses and the likes, like sure, I can tolerate the bigger hitbox and shit because, hey, you gave me that challenge, and hey, it's for me at least really rewarding once I actually do beat these dudes to a bloody pulp.
So, I was gonna say, the reason why Dark Souls 3 generally has like worse hitboxes on most of its bosses, aside from the fact that the game doesn't run at a clean 60 FPS.
You're never gonna let that go, are you?
No, because it makes the game lag like a motherfucker and throws off all your rolls and your timing. None of the grabs are actually coded properly, so you can dodge through the grabs in your generous, ludicrous amounts of iframes that are put on your light roll in that game, and you'll still be grabbed. Like, you can be grabbed through iframes where you're intangible and invincible, and like for example, the dancer, one of the worst
Oh damn!
that
Fuck the
game.
dancer.
Dude,
Dark
the boss, like, aside from the fact that it's a boss that can accidentally be fought at the very beginning of the game and level caps like most players
Can it?
until like 2/3 of the way through the game. Holy shit, why would you make an enemy that literally spends the entire fight running away and then can sweep the distance of the entire room, slowly swing in front of you, and have an instant kill death grab that isn't coded properly and will grab you through it even if you roll?
We're getting out of here.
That is one example of several grabs that are coded incorrectly. But then I just see people say, look at how clean these hitboxes are, because this character did like a backflip through this one section past a person's leg and managed to throw the tip of their sword under their chin. And it's like, oh, the hitboxes are so precise. I'm like, yeah, some of yours are, all of theirs aren't.
I don't know. The Dark Souls free seems to be rather split. Like I said, when it comes to Dark Souls, almost everyone in their mother cherishes the first game. Second one is looked up as a black sheep, but all of it, but like nowadays, the perception of it's kind of changed a little bit. And two is just split down the middle. Some say it's disappointing, some say it's good. I think it's still a solid game at the end of the day, but
Wait, which one do you think is split down the middle? Like 2 or 3?
3.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, I don't think I don't think that's the way people perceive 3 at all. It should be. I do believe it should be. There should be massive amounts of criticism towards 3, especially after Sekiro came out.
Are
But
you
like,
are you sure? Because I've seen a good number of people who like. Keep in mind, I haven't seen people say Dark Souls 3 is a bad game, but definitely disappointing. Or
Allow me to be the first.
I'm talking like, I don't ever expect anyone to call most of the Dark Souls games bad games. I think they're all good games. I would say very good games. I don't think they're great RPGs. I think they're okay RPGs. I just think that there are flaws in all of them that need to be talked about. And whenever I see someone talking about Dark Souls 3's flaws, it's usually the same thing where it's like, oh, it's linear. Oh, there aren't as many options for making like builds.
Okay, hang on.
Pulls a lot
You
of
want me to
stuff with
finish
one
the
of my-
game, or you want to leave it off here?
Just finish the game. It's gonna be done like in 10 minutes. You just have
and then
one boss battle. That's it.
I was gonna say, like, those are all flaws, but how about the fact that like the build variety doesn't work? How about the fact that the game's entire design of its aggression system was like slaps in the face of all the design that Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2 built on, which was like patient, basically a patient waiting, like slower pace.
Oh
like,
my god!
I think Elden Ring follows that concept actually.
Good. That's what Dark Souls was fundamentally based
No,
on.
I
not
mean-
what
I
was
mean-
fucking
I mean the
Dude,
Dark-
is this, dude,
Yeah. Hang on.
is this just the notorious BRG fight?
What was I gonna say? No, I'm kind of with Mangler here. Actually, I don't again. Keep in mind, I'm just gonna not say anything regarding it because honestly, I really don't feel like it.
Ooh.
Honestly, it's like late, but I do feel like Dark Souls 3 still is a very, very solid game. But at the end of the day, though, I do feel like that. Yeah, Dark Souls was very hinging upon patience and very slow game. Because keep in mind, I understand that Dark Souls 1 is a slow game, but I feel like it's slow in a way that doesn't boggle the gameplay for me personally. Because I feel like the game in itself really, really, really does complement.
Kyle, shoot it in the fucking eye! What are you doing?
Everything else in the game is roughly as slow as you are, and 2 has a similar situation. It's just like when you get to 3, I mean, the FPS problem really just hurts it. It's like, hey, I'm expecting to move fast and have a lot of movement options, but I'm giving the same options that I have in 1 and 2, and at full game speed, I'm moving like 50% slower than I am in Scholars of the First Sin for the Dark Souls 2 edition, because I'm moving at 40 FPS and those guys are able to move at 60. Like, this is ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure a majority of people. I'm gonna respond to 2 things real quick. I'm pretty sure the majority of people consider Dark Souls 3 the best in the series. Yeah, no, there are people out there. As a matter of fact, that's kind of, I would say that is a frequent thing I do see. But at the same time, there also are a good significant amount of people who do feel like the game is disappointing. Not bad, but just very disappointing. and the like. So I do stand by the game, by the perception of it being split in some type of way. But also, Bloodborne is the best in my opinion. That's understandable. Bloodborne's actually my second favorite Soulsborne game besides Dark Souls 1, actually.
Oh, that's what IMO means.
Hey, we got double digits with Kyle's death counter.
I did not know what people saying IMO as like an abbreviation meant in the comments. I just now figured that out.
We actually just met.
Bruh.
I am so smart. Anyway, what were you saying, you?
Oh, I was gonna say I was just responding to two things, which was basically one, too long didn't read. Dark Souls 3, like yeah, people do view it as like the best in the series or like a masterpiece, and then there's others significantly who do view it as a disappointment. So I do stand by it being split in reception. And the second one was Bloodborne is the best in my opinion, and I said, yeah, I can understand that. And I said that I think Bloodborne is the second best Souls game besides Souls 1, besides Dark Souls 1 that was. But so go on, my bad.
So, no, you want
what?
to say something, Luke?
So, is it
Oh,
over?
no.
I don't know.
Oh, hang on. Where's the nuke at?
If it's not, we'll stop it. Whatever it
Over
takes.
there.
Yeah, you damn right we will.
No, there's supposed to be a nuke right now.
Stick together. We'll be fine.
And they didn't stick together. But aside that, so the Souls games never really evolved significantly enough to where the fucking to where like you can't compare them directly. Honestly, they have the same core gameplay like in every single game. I think Elden Ring's probably the first like actual upgrade for sure. Maybe
That was Resident Evil 2. Thank you for making me struggle through that. I actually quite enjoyed the game.
You're welcome.
And next time we'll be going through Resident Evil 3.
Yes, we will. That one should be easier though, since you're now familiar with this game's like design.
And I won't have to go through it twice.
That is true.
So I think the reasoning for most people considering Dark Souls 3 is the best
Well
in
done,
the
Kyle.
series is because it specifically just catered to most of the people that were like that really just were huge fans of 1. The vast majority of the game is just gushing fan service for 1. And you can tell this because every single mechanic and quality of life improvement that was introduced in 2 either does not exist in 3 or was dumbed down, altered, or flat out removed in like really weird or auspicious reasons in a way that I would argue hurts and hinders the game significantly.
All right. Well, at any rate, you'll have to say that conversation for next time. Because
Oh,
with that said, ladies and gentlemen, Cosmic Resident Evil 2, that will be the end of today's stream. Thank you guys for coming out as always. Thank you guys for your time as always. Have a nice day. And we'll see you guys, or I'll see you guys on next streamer video. Don't know about these guys. Take care, everybody.